Ian, your voice is so sensual. Now, forgive me for being a bit forward, good sir, but have you ever thought of maybe doing a phone hotline?
Doing a what?
You know, one of those phone hotlines where people can call you up and ask you what you're wearing.
No, the thought hadn't crossed my mind, but, hey, if it'll raise money for this charity, why not?
People say the voices are a little quiet.
Voices are a little quiet. Okay, well, we've turned us... Oh, we are up as loud as we can get. So I do apologize. I would just recommend maybe just turning... I would turn down the game slightly a little bit more. If you can maybe just turn up your speakers, everything should work. But if we're all set, then we will start in with Sonic colors. And if people can see, I have the correct spelling. Look at that. Look at that wonderful U. Look at that wonderful U. Just the way God intended. Okay, so as I'm sure everyone will know, we're here on day 8 of Platformania. We're here to raise money for the amazing charity IRC, who help refugees and people all around the world get through travel times. We are joined by the Bumble King himself, Ian Flynn, and to help raise as much money as possible, if people would like to ask Ian Flynn a question, you can donate on the press the fancy donate button, whether you're watching this on Twitch or on our website, fundthecharityroom.com, and you can ask Ian Flynn any question. I'm sure he'll answer it, even if it's about IDW. That was a joke.
I reserve the right that the answer can be or single syllable guttural utterances do count as answers.
So Ian, I have a quick question. So
wait, did you donate? You can't ask unless you donated.
Well, you got me there. You got me there. But so before when last we spoke, it was a few days before Comic-Con, and I have to say, during the interview, you kind of stated that you expected news to come at Comic-Con. Did you know? Were you slyly giving us a heads up before it happened, or were you as in the dark as everyone else?
Hashtag knowing smile.
Yeah. That's your answer for everything these days, are you?
It's non-committal and it drives people crazy, so I love it.
Okay, so just as the intro is known, how are we all still there?
Game's loud.
Game's loud, okay. Okay, I have taken that down a bunch. You know, I think I've taken it down to what we had yesterday during Banjo, so that should be good by now. Okay. And we'll jump in. So I'm gonna right off the bat. So people say that's good now.
Better.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sonic Colors, one of my favorites, if not my favorite 3D Sonic game. TJ has not played it because he's a heathen. Ian, good sir, how does this game rank for you?
It is quite possibly the best Sonic game out there.
My man knows. See, this is why I love the Bumble King. His opinions are good, except Ian, I actually have a bone to pick with you. How can you hate Spider-Man 2?
Because it's terrible.
Ian.
There's a handful of interesting scenes and fun characterizations that are not stitched together in any form of cohesive narrative.
But it's Spider-Man.
It's Tobey Maguire trying to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's fair.
I mean, Doc Ock was an interesting take on the character. The train scene was pretty cool until they got to the ham-fisted Jesus imagery. And that's about it. The game was amazing, though. Oh, the game was
great.
Yeah, game's pretty good, especially that Mysterio part.
I love that. I love that so much.
Absolutely.
I hope if they ever do Mysterio in a movie, I hope they do it where like Spider-Man just knocks him out with one punch and that's it. Like use Mysterio as a joke villain, just because I know that will drive TJ crazy.
Yeah. So before we get all like wrapped up, there is a previous donation that wasn't addressed, but the donation is a question directed towards the last guest, so we really can't read it. So
what we'll do, we will have Johnny forward that on to, I believe, Dawn Bennett.
Yeah.
We will have, see if we can forward that on to her. Maybe she can get in contact with the donator.
Okay. We also have a $20 donation from Shiroi. And they said, hello, everyone. Just wanted to say how amazing you all are for putting so much love and effort into raising money for a good cause. Another comment to Dawn about voice acting. Then a comment to Johnny about the Kingdom Hearts Marathon. Please put this towards the bid war for Sonic 4 Episode 2.
Yes, thank you. Well, actually, you know what? That's another good point. The Sonic 4 bid war will end tonight. And so the winner I will be forced to play tomorrow. I think at this current point in time, Episode 2 is still in the lead as it should be. So please make sure I get to play a good game. The Sonic 4 bid war will be my last game in the marathon. So please ensure I can fight Metal Sonic. That's good. It's good. Ian, how excited are you for Mania?
I am all Twitter. I've had dreams about it. I don't do that normally. I've watched the animated intro, I can't remember how many times now, and gotten misty-eyed every single time. It's, oh, I need this directly in the vein, please.
Have you tried to keep away from spoilers? Because I think that the game was leaked a few days ago, and I'm pretty sure everything is. If you know where to look, I think the entire game is online somewhere. Have you purposely tried to avoid that, or do you not mind knowing like what levels are in the game?
Oh, I have avoided it, and I will come to your house and I will fight you if you spoil anything. I realize this is the internet, and I've got the collector's edition being mailed to me via Amazon.
Yep.
So it's going to be a few days after release before I get my copy. So I think I'm going to be spoiled on something somewhere, but I am trying my hardest not
Ian,
to be spoiled.
Just a tip for you. I complained to Amazon, and I was like, usually I get games on release day, and they were like, oh, okay, we're sorry. Here's overnight shipping.
Really?
I'm gonna do that then. Okay, so guys, here's what we'll do. Ian, also before we go, Sonic the Hedgehog is in the game. Sorry to spoil it for you, but
He's gonna come to your house and fight you.
I want him to. That's why I'm gonna spoil Mania. he can kill me, and then we can hang out and have fun afterwards. So Colors was the first script to be written by the team of Pontac and Graf, which I kind of like the kind of more light-hearted fare they cut, because I think in some of the games before this, not really Unleashed, but especially things like Hero, Shadow, and Sonic, I kind of found Sonic's character, he kind of lost his edge and the snarkiness he had in the 90s. He kind of just became a kind of like, yeah, let's go save the day type of person. I mean, Ian, so when the way they kind of slightly shifted Sonic's character back in the game, starting with Colors to a certain extent, was there anything from Sega or Archie to try and have that reflected more in the book, or have you normally always just we always normally just left to your own devices in terms of like how to portray Sonic?
I've never received a note on it, and that's generally how I was trying to aim for Sonic anyway, to be a little snarky, a little bit of attitude, but not too abrasive. I think pre-reboot, going off of all the baggage that he had, he still had he was maybe a little too skewed towards confrontational, but post-reboot I was definitely aiming for the, I guess, Twitter account's version of Sonic with the biting wit, but still a generally good guy.
I like in Shattered when I think it's Knuckles and Amy having a conversation, and Knuckles kind of like, sometimes it gets a bit tiring when Sonic mocks me, and Amy goes, no, he teases you. There's a difference. I like that.
It's nuanced.
Out of love, he calls you an idiot. Out of love.
All I can say without violating the NDA, but I actually tried out for the script on Sonic Colors.
Nah, Ian, I was gonna say, because I think at one point you had told me that, but I'd forgotten if it was recorded or if it was either before or after the recording. So I was trying to think of a way to bring that back up again. But how did that go? Were you trying to audition for that?
again, I'm going to be very cautious here because I don't remember all the limits on the NDA, but basically I got a shot at submitting it, did up a script, had no idea what I was doing because I've never written for games before then, and was obviously not picked up,
So, I mean, at that point then, so did Sega have the, I mean, again, if you can't say this, don't worry about it, but so did Sega have the basic, here's what we want to happen in the game, and then did writers just pitch their version of scenes? Is that how it worked for that?
more or less, the scenarios I was presented with were more or less what we see in the game. There were definitely things that didn't make it to the final game and such, but yeah, that was more or less it. It was, here's the scenario, do a scene for us. Don't you dare change that name.
He got you good. We have a $20 donation from Sukoshi Karasu. It's my birthday today, and what better way to celebrate than to give a gift that keeps on giving. Anyway, you guys have an awesome time with these amazing streams. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Happy
and
birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying your birthday watching us play. So, Ian, what about colors gameplay wise then? Do you really enjoy?
Oh, everything about it. I love the way Sonic feels, both in the 3D and the 2D sections. I feel like the 3D is best utilized with, the quick stepping like you're doing, and the big set pieces, but the precision platforming is done in 2D, which I think is what they should have done from the get-go. The boosting feels satisfying and fun and fast. The Wisps are more or less fun to use, but they're not required most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt like the perfect balance of the old school whimsy with the 3D craziness, and it was just right. It felt so good.
I agree almost with everything there. Ian. I think one of the issues I have, it's not really an issue, but in Generations, I think I feel for Planet Wisp, both in modern and classic, they kind of just make you spam the Wisps to complete the level, and it's like, it kind of goes against the design philosophy that Colors had, where again, most of the time you can get through every single level without having to touch a single Wisp.
Or if you do have to use the Wisp, it's in a scenario where you can have some trial and error, and you can brute force it if you don't have the finesse for it, which is fine.
I mean, but because I think most people, at least in this day and age, I think would cite Colors as one of the better games. I know a few people who shall remain trackerless, who cite that they find the 2D sections. Well, for one, that they say the 2D sections take up too much of the game, but I'm like, that's fine if it's fun. But they find the platforming too kind of blocky. But I just choose not to associate with those people anymore.
I guess I can understand that. I felt like Sonic's jumping was a little stiff, but after the travesty that was 06 and the kind of floatiness of Unleashed, I didn't mind it. Then he had that double jump, so if you're like me and you overcorrect yourself multiple times on every single jump, you're fine. It was also the only Sonic game that had fun water levels.
Yeah. Well, I will say I do have a soft spot for Hydro City. I kind of like Hydro City.
Hydro City has a fantastic theme and aesthetic. That wall in Act 2 haunts me to this very day.
I forget if it was the version in Sonic 3 or the kind of slight revamp in Knuckles, where it put a spring on one of the edges that can sometimes kill you.
Oh shoot! I don't remember which version that is.
Again, because I very rarely just play the 3 version. I normally just go for Knuckles.
Which is the proper way to play it.
Exactly. Although, nobody else I've spoken with can agree with me or understand why this happens to me. But maybe you might. If I'm playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I enjoy the whole thing. I think everyone knows that Sandopolis is kind of the weak link of that of that game. But I mean, after even when playing Sanopolis and 3 and K, I am just looking forward to, because I know afterwards is going to be Lava Reef, and I'm going to enjoy doing it. If I'm just playing Sonic and Knuckles on its own, I always give up after Sanopolis, because I'm like, I don't enjoy this. I'm not sure why playing it in a longer format fixes issues for me, but I can just stomach Sandopolis and Knuckles where I can't in just Knuckles.
Well, maybe because they didn't have the save game feature that 3 did.
Oh,
because
yeah.
At least there you can hit stop and come back if you want to, or jump to any level that you so desire. Sonic and Knuckles, you just have to go in and you have to do it.
Have to suck it up and just play those stupid ghost levels.
It's Sega's philosophy nowadays, isn't it?
Just suck it up and play it.
Just suck it up and play it.
That, and if you're going through Knuckles' campaign, Hidden Palace is kind of lackluster because you just run to the teleporter.
6 seconds long, so the way I like it.
And then you fight Mega Sonic, which is an awesome fight, but it's like, Sonic gets so much more. It's not fair because Knuckles is the best. Give me more Knuckles.
Well, despite what the official Sonic the Hedgehog 4 website stated, Knuckles' story does take place after Sonic, so it makes sense why you don't go to Death Egg Zone, because Sonic's already destroyed it.
Yeah, sure, and if you assume Sky Sanctuary got completely disheveled by the Death Egg's launch, it would make sense that there's not a ton there, but I don't care about reason, I want more Knuckles.
That's coming from a writer, folks. I don't care what story reason, just give me more Knuckles.
Exactly.
Were you a stickler for collecting all the red rings?
Depends on the game. I think Colors was one of the very few that I did collect them all because they were fun, and some of them are outright insidious in the way that they're hidden. I might have gotten them all in Generations because I loved Generations so much, but a lot of the other games, they're either too hard for me or I don't want to play through the game.
So Lost World then, I agree.
No, I think I actually 100%ed Lost World.
Ian, why would you do such a thing?
I don't know. I've got a love-hate relationship with Lost World because visually, it's beautiful. I think the Deadly Six are full of potential as fun villains that are not Eggman yet again. And there are some really fun stages and a lot of really interesting new ways of tackling Sonic in terms of a 3D platformer. But overall, to me, the game felt like a tech demo.
Yep.
Like, here's the ideas that we have, but it's not a cohesive game.
My thing with Lost World, and it's a slight thing Colors has in some of its smaller levels, that so many of the levels just feel identical to each other. With Windy Hill Act 1, you kind of replay that level multiple times in things like Sky Zone and Frozen Factory. I think the first level of Frozen Factory is just kind of Windy Hill but with snow on top.
Right.
Yeah. Just doesn't, I was like, yeah. Again, also the fact that the Deadly Six may be the from a challenge standpoint, the worst bosses in the entire franchise.
Right.
which
I'm not really sure why they did that.
Well, we have a on-topic question right now. Sarashi donated $5 and said, "Hi, Ian. As you may know, the Deadly Six are considered terrible characters by many Sonic fans for being bland and one-dimensional villains. If you were able to do a Sonic Lost World comic adaptation, how would you make the Deadly Six more likable, worthwhile villains?"
Well, I think part of the issue is you can't spend too much time in the cutscenes, otherwise you're missing the point of the game, which is to play as Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to make the comparison, but it's like eating soup to taste the spoon. You need the game first, story second, and to have so many characters at once, it's hard to introduce a lot of them and flesh them out. I thought it was especially interesting that Sonic Runners really seem to delve into the characters a bit more, and wish Sonic Runners was continuing because I loved that game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a phone game, but I legit played a whole lot. For the comic, I think it would just be inherently easier because we would have a lot more time to explore each character individually without having to worry about maintaining a video game's pace. You know, if it's a comic book, the whole point of reading the comic is the characters and the storyline. That's all you would get. You don't have to worry about balancing the stages or the gameplay or how much time you spend in each level or all that jazz. So I think the core elements of each character as presented are very workable, and it would just be a matter of expounding upon it and putting them in scenarios where they're bouncing off each other and other characters instead of a whole lot of here is one Zeddy and Sonic, which you can only get so much distance out of.
Yeah, I agree with that. The one asterisk I might say is that I'm not just with what was presented in game. I'm not really sure how you salvage Xena as a character. She might be the worst Sonic character ever created.
It's a funny
This is
way.
thoughtful silence on my end.
Hashtag knowing smile.
I think a lot of Xena could be solved with just more action. One of the things that bugged me a lot was that her boss fights didn't really have a lot to do with her. You know, she's either hiding in snowmen or... What was the other one? I mean, they're not particularly memorable. At least with, you know, Zaz, you had that freaky-looking moon mech, and you hit him directly. Zamam had the face thing, and he's got a drill and a whirlwind ability. Master Zeke has the fruit theme going on, and he can throw Hadokens. He's your classic old man thing. And Zor has the too edgy for you trope going on, which is hilarious. I think Xena being catty and kind of a queen bee amongst them could work. You just need her interacting with the others. If she's just by herself being... What's the rating on this show? G or PG?
We can go full R, Ian.
Full...
Rated R.
Oh, really? All right. Well, if you're gonna have Xena, you know, trance around as a bitch on her own, that gets tiresome quick. If you have her interacting with the others in a way that is delightfully antagonistic, that could be fun too. I mean, the one scene in particular when Zavok plays her, start to finish, you know, oh, you're the smartest, the fastest, the only one I could truly trust with this. And she's like, oh, well, and goes off. That right there is a dynamic that you could play with. Maybe Zavok is the only one savvy enough to play to her ego, and he sicks her on the others when he needs them in line. Or maybe it's, you know, he reinforces it so that he gets one objective, but it ends up pissing off all the other Zeddy, which ends up making more hassle for him. There's fun to be had there.
Again, I will say I love Zor just for the fact that in a officially released Sonic the Hedgehog game, we have the spoken line, "What's the point in anything? We're all just gonna die one day." Like, I never thought we'd like get a line as nihilistic as that in a Sonic the Hedgehog game.
Another angle you could approach is she could be really nasty to the Zeddy in general, but the minute that you have someone challenging them, she goes full Mama Bear. You know, maybe she's a jerk to all of them, but she is overly protective and supportive of them when Sonic's around, just because they're her boys. She may hate them, she may abuse them, but they're hers, damn it.
It also might be nice to explain exactly where the conch comes from, because that's you know I forget in context of the game. Does it explain where Eggman gets it, or he just pulls it out to attack him every once in a while?
Yeah, he had the conch.
Okay.
That's the long and short of it. He had the conch.
Do you think it's just a big coincidence, like the Zeddy, or like it doesn't they're just creatures and they don't like the sound that a conch makes when you blow it. Like, there's no magical powers to it at all. It's just a regular conch, and they're just like, that sound is very annoying.
Their ears are just hypersensitive to that particular frequency.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say I think one of the biggest pluses story-wise to Sonic Colors is Orbot and Cubot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So
This scene in particular, I absolutely adore.
I love.
It's a little morbid what we're doing here.
Yeah, Cubot's line that when you think about this from a robot's point of view, this is actually pretty gruesome. It's an amazing line. So I mean, so Ian, again, if you can't NDAs and such, we can just bypass this question. But in the document you were given, were Orbot and Cubot, were they there? Like, are they a Sega invention, or do you know if that was Pontac and Graf?
From my understanding, from what Pontac and Graf have said, Orbot and Cubot are their babies.
Oh, okay.
And that they had to fight tooth and nail to keep them.
Yeah, because I know for I think I remember reading in Lost World they really had to push Sega to let them bring them back.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. It's been a while.
Yeah. Which, you know, I think in terms of the Sonic Boom show, I think one of the biggest surprises for me was that they were being brought back for that. Which again, they have some of the best scenes in that entire show.
Dude, Where's My Eggman is probably the best episode of season 1.
Dude, where's my Eggman?
Not gonna lie, though, I mean, as much as I love Orbot and Cubot, I don't think anything can ever top Scratch and Grounder for me. Oh.
Silence. I like Scratch and Grounder. Scratch and Grounder, I think, you know, I loved them growing up, and in something like Underground, you could tell that Sleet and Dingo are trying to be like a kind of Scratch and Grounder XPs, but they're terrible. Same with Boku, Deku, and Boku, like Eggman's robots in X. They just aren't very entertaining. Orbot and Cubot, I think they have surpassed. I think thanks to the Boom cartoon, they have surpassed Scratch and Grounder as my favorite Eggman sidekicks.
Kind of interesting that most of the cartoons have two sidekicks, your snarky one and your dumb one, where Sad AM got away with just Snively, who was a completely different lackey.
Which I was always curious about Snively. I mean, I guess it's kind of I'm trying to think. If you go through every iteration of Sonic, except for maybe the OVA, but we know Sega have banned that forever. Is Snively the only other human?
Are we ignoring Gerald and Maria? And...
You know what? I'm an idiot. Of course not. For some reason, I completely blanked on Gerald and Maria Robotnik.
You know, everybody since Sonic Adventure. I mean, sure. Beyond that, no, there haven't been any.
Well, you know, you know, because Izuka has come out and said, apparently the true canon to Sonic, there are two worlds he goes back and forth between: the human world and like Mobius. So,
it's not
okay.
Mobius, it's Sonic's world. Mobius is something else.
Oh yeah, Sonic's. Which I always wondered that. So like before Sonic was born and after he's dead, everyone will still have to call that thing Sonic's world.
No, the universe just collapses.
He is the singularity. He is the alpha and the omega.
It's like the Flash with the Speed Force.
I don't get that reference.
Oh, okay.
Explain it.
I'm not smart enough to explain it.
So Ian, you know, I actually wanted to say, Ian, I know that you just recently released your Kickstarter for your new series, Academia, and I know that after Platformania is done. Oh no, I died. I got killed by jelly beans.
There goes the S.
There you go. Oh no. I know after Platformania will be directing people to that, but if you maybe wanted just to explain what that is to people, because I know that people who watch Sonic Says have been very all 6 of them have been very interested about what that new book is.
Well, I won't go into it too much because I feel like a bit of a jerk trying to get people to donate to my Kickstarter on a charity feed.
It's okay. I asked. It's fine. I asked you. It's fine.
Academics Space Crew is a new form of comic book that I'm helping to create, where you are the main character. There's a number of customization options so that there's a variety of racial and gender representations. And the thing is geared to be a kind of education supplemental comic. I hate to use the term edutainment because it brings up all sorts of negative ideas about, here's the lesson, and now here's the fun thing to distract you from the lesson before you get to the next lesson. This is written specifically so that there is information within the sci-fi adventure, and it's more to show how cool science and mathematics and technology and engineering are without beating you over the head with it. It's supposed to be something that promotes a lot of ideals, both educationally and socially, without being preachy. It's basically me writing a Sonic-styled book with an agenda.
Okay.
So if you like the way I write stuff before, you'll be able to pick this up and jump right in and go, oh yeah, I'm very comfortable with this style of comic book. Love it. But the gimmick is that you can be it, or your kid can be the main hero, or your godchild, or one of the scenarios that we like is if a classroom comes together and creates the main character themselves, and then each issue that comes out, that's the classroom's character, and that's the adventures that the whole classroom has contributed to. Something that teachers can hand out to their students to get them excited about the educational stuff without it being that kind of ham-fisted pablum that drives me up the wall.
So, I mean, from what you're saying, it kind of sounds like a comic book mixed with a bit of D&D, because you get to create your character and kind of... as you said, it's kind of a slight choose-your-own-adventure type thing?
No. The story is set.
Oh, gotcha,
it's
okay.
It's just what the character looks like and what the character's name is what you decide.
Oh, gotcha, okay. No, and so, I think the Kickstarter ends in about, like a month and a half or so?
A little over a month at this point. Go to academicssc.com. That's got the links to all the social media and the Kickstarter and all that jazz. I'm hawking it hardcore on my Twitter. And even if you don't have the money to spare on this first and academics later, just spread the word. Show it to your teachers, show it to your friends, show it to your dog, show it to everybody. Because the whole thing with crowdfunding is it doesn't get funded without a crowd, and we need that crowd.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to say, everyone here, because the Kickstarter doesn't end for about a month, that's plenty of time for people to still donate to Platformania, still donate to the Sony-thon, which ends after Platformania does, and then there'll still be time for everyone to donate to academics, and then we can raise $6.4 billion.
Beautiful, I love it.
So Ian, of the bunch of zones we have in colors, what would you say is your favorite on a aesthetic level?
Oh, wow, okay. I gotta pick one?
Yes, I'm gonna be cruel and say you can only pick one.
You are a cruel, cruel individual.
I try.
I guess I might have to settle on Meteor Herd. Not Meteor Herd,
Asteroid Coaster?
Asteroid Coaster, thank you.
Okay.
Just because all the green and the black and the space theme are just really cool. And that's the kind of stage where you realize, oh, we're getting serious now.
Yep.
That said, I absolutely adore Sweet Mountain here.
Yep.
The soundtrack especially is just so weird, even for a Sonic game, and it's so satisfying and neat and inventive. You've got giant missiles loaded with sprinkles. You've got chef hat egg ponds. You drill through mountains made of cake, popcorn that pops when you run through it. It's just fantastic.
Yep. My wife isn't really a big Sonic fan in general, but she loves everything about Sweet Mountain. I think mostly just because every time I'm playing it, she just sees like the giant donuts and burgers in the background, just like, I'm hungry. Let's go get some food.
I think the only one that I'm not jazzed about was what's it called, Starlight Carnival.
Oh really? Okay.
I mean, it looks neat and all, especially when you're running along and the path is building in front of you, and you've got this like electric light show meets Mardi Gras in space thing going on. But overall, I really didn't enjoy those stages.
I think one thing for me about Starlight Carnival, it's a thing that Sonic Colors doesn't do a lot. A lot of Starlight Carnival is heavily automated. Like I think the first 40 seconds of Act 1 is just you on a moving path where you can't really do anything. You're just watching Sonic. I mean, visually it looks great, and the game just killed me. Thanks for that. Visually it looks great, but like again, it's I don't want to spend the first 20% of a level I'm supposed to play doing nothing.
Right. Planet Wisp is kind of neat in a Planet Namek sort of way, but I don't know, the difficulty of it kind of ramps up for me.
And I can understand on a visual standpoint, and because it was so beloved, why Planet Wisp was chosen for generations, but it's not a very good final level, I don't think.
I guess it was the most iconic, given that it is the Wisp homeworld and Sonic Colors is about the Wisps, but it is an odd final level.
It's also, I think, easily the weakest level in that game.
But the most climactic level in the game is Terminal Velocity, and you can't really make multiple stages out of that.
Good point. So, DJ, I think, what is our current total that we're at? I haven't even checked that yet.
Current total is $17,922.
Very nice.
Damn, son. Yeah. We are close. So we are getting fairly close to within our new updated goal of $20,000. When we reach $20,000, we will unlock Mr. Derek Game Explain himself. He's gonna play. He's gonna do a live stream of Mario Maker, and you will be able. Once we unlock that, you will be able to send in your levels for him to play, and that's something that. What's funny about that?
I'm just laughing at you waited so long for that to turn so that you wouldn't hit it, and then you hit it anyway.
I'm playing in character. I got impatient and ran into it. That's what Sonic would do. Still real to me, damn it. And Derek will play your Mario Maker level. I mean, I love them. I wish I could just go here to die. Just to die by food. I just come to this place.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about?
So,
we all gotta go sometime. At least you got a plan.
Exactly. Some people, when they get old, go down to Florida to live out their days. I'd like to go to Sweet Mountain to live out my day in like an hour. I'm just like, hook that green stuff to my veins. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure it tastes good.
Ugh.
Damn it. Ian,
you got too distracted with the thought of being injected with green stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I know earlier in the week I gave you the when I took over playing Mega Man 3. I know I gave you the option, but I'm kind of glad you declined joining for that because I played so badly in Mega Man 3. I'm ashamed of myself.
Oh, you probably weren't any worse than I am. No worries. I am notoriously bad at Mega Man.
That makes 3 of us.
No, keep whatever.
So, I swore if you fell.
So Ian, are you on TJ's level where TJ has not completed a single Mega Man game? He's played a bunch of them but hasn't completed one.
I'm right there with you.
Yes. I always get to the Wily stages and then I don't care anymore.
Oh, you actually get to Wily. That's impressive.
What's the Mega Man game then, Ian, where you got the furthest?
Let me put it this way. If you crack open the Webster's Dictionary and look up futility, the definition is Ian's attempts to play Mega Man. It's hard. It's easier to say how far have I not gotten in this game.
Yeah, I just got the Legacy Collection 2 the other day, and I had never played 10. So the Legacy Collection have this nice thing where you can just go straight away and fight the Robot Masters. So I went straight to the Mega Man 10 option, tried to fight the Robot Masters, and each one of them killed me multiple times before I was able to get half their energy depleted. Mega Man's hard, dude.
Yeah. I've always appreciated Mega Man on more of an aesthetic like point of view. I really like the idea of Mega Man, but yeah, the games are very hard.
Well, it's annoying though because we have some friends like Ryan, who's from Brain Scratch, who's helping us in Platformania. He's really good at Mega Man, and he always makes me feel bad about myself because he's so good at those games. Like I think one time he killed Mega Man 9 like pathetically easy, and I was just like, words hurt, man. Like I can't. I think I've been able to defeat one Robot Master. I think Concrete Man, is he in 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to defeat Concrete and Splash Woman. After like 2 weeks, I was able to take down Splash Woman.
It's okay though, because you and I are now in the exclusive club of people who are bad at Mega Man that includes Ian Flynn.
I'll happily be bad at Mega Man if we can join the exclusive Ian Flynn club. So Ian, does that just preclude to Classic? Because they're like, you know, Classic's hard, but X is like that much harder. Did you have any like trying to play those games?
I have the ignoble distinction of being the one person who has lost to Chill Penguin legitimately multiple times.
Yep, me too.
Hey, this
Okay. All right, we're in good company.
This phone call's over now.
Are you serious? I mean, all right, I guess.
So every guest we've had on, Ian, we've asked this question. But again, if this is something you would rather not speak of, that is fine. But what are your thoughts about Sonic Forces?
I'm excited for it.
Oh, okay.
Not in the same way as Mania. Mania is my 8-year-old self so happy that I get a new Sonic game. Forces is going to be very interesting in terms of how the original character is going to play out. Like, I'm really interested to know how the Wispawn changes gameplay and how much customization you have with that. How does that affect your movement through the stages? How does that affect your combat ability? How is the original character going to play? Because we know how Sonic's going to play. It's pretty clearly the Hedgehog engine.
Yeah.
We know how Classic's going to play because we played Generations. We know how that's going to be. But I really don't have a clear vibe on what the OC's going to do. I mean, we've seen some trailer stuff. That's fine. That's cool. But the OC, it's still not fully explained, and that's got me really interested.
The only thing because I think at this point they've shown off, I think 4 levels. Sand Hill Zone with Classic. It's Park Avenue as modern. I think Park Avenue as the Avatar character, and then Green Hill Zone as the Avatar. And just nothing about the level design clicks with me. I don't think the level design is that interesting from what they've shown so far.
Well, that could also be that those are the very early stages, so they're not showcasing a lot of overly interesting stuff. It's the introductory gameplay.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, that's the one thing I'm really hoping on. But what are your thoughts on Infinite?
Oh, isn't he just delightful? If he was any hammier, he'd be honey glazed.
I mean,
I love the fact that we're getting back to the super cheesy lyrical theme songs.
Oh god, the
because
theme song.
I love those, both ironically and unironically, and Infinite's in particular is one of those that's really fun to listen to as long as you don't pay attention to the lyrics. And then when you pay attention to the lyrics, you want to make sure that nobody else is in the car listening to it with you.
Yeah, true.
We've all been there.
It's just weird. Just like everything from the aesthetics to the soundtrack to the fact that there's an OC. You know, like I'm not. I I've seen this comment so many times online, but it just feels like this is the game they should have released after Shadow the Hedgehog. You know?
I like somebody's fan theory that that you play as one OC, but Infinite is like the conglomeration of all bad OCs ever.
His design looks like they made it in the OC creator. Like, it's, you know, I mean,
I could be Infinite?
I could be Infinite? Infinite's design might be the I mean, lots of people I know crap on the Deadly Six designs, but Infinite may be I think the single worst there. How do I English? Worst looking Sonic villain. Even the stupid Metal Sonic Dragon. I'll take that over Infinite.
Not gonna have to disagree with you there. I will definitely take Infinite well before Metal Dragon's stupid face. And I would dare say he even looks more in theme than Mephiles.
Mephiles was just what if Shadow the Hedgehog is made out of crystals.
Yeah, but he was way too detailed, and the whole no-mouth mummy thing, and the lack of feet. I keep forgetting Mephiles has no feet. I mean, Infinite's so edgy you get cut just by talking about him. I'm not arguing that. And his ears look like they're Beats by Dre, but still. I feel like he's a little more in theme than some of the other villains.
Beats by Dre. What about the whole OMG, he's faster than Sonic aspect of the character? That to me was the most OC thing. Like, he's faster than Sonic. He beats Sonic in 1 second. That is, I mean, honestly, I'm thinking of suing Sega for ripping off my 14-year-old fan fiction.
I was gonna say the only other thing that you could do is if you get to the final boss and they're just like, you can't hit Infinite. He has a force field.
You can't touch me. I made the rules. Sonic's beating me.
And then Infinite's mother shows up and that's the real boss.
I think my favorite joke TJ made, we were talking about this yesterday, was like, if they ever do a direct sequel to Forces, it's like, where do you go from there? And TJ was like, middle, Infinite.
Now, the secret is the entire thing is just a D&D campaign, and the final boss is when you finally get Infinite mad enough that he just packs up and goes home.
You don't play fair.
You're not allowed to hit me. I've got the Chaos Emerald cloak. Means you can't hit me for 1,000 turns.
It's just been Snively in disguise the whole time.
You know what? I would buy that if Infinite was just Snively in a costume. I would be all for that.
It'd be worth it for the payoff where you see him in so many scenes with that slow, deliberate voice. And then you knock the mask off and say, "Oh, sir! Eagle's what I really am."
One thing about what do you feel about the bosses of Colors?
Underwhelming,
Oh, yeah?
to be honest. Not particularly fond of most of them.
I do think it's flat out lazy how the fact that there's only 3 and you fight them all twice. Although I will say I do enjoy, the only one I really enjoy is the Starlight Carnival / Asteroid Coast, the one where you're chasing the giant airship.
Yeah, those are the best out of the bunch. The final boss, though, that's a treat.
I will say though, like Dims has this weird thing of occasionally being able to make a in some respects better final boss in the games, because I think the in Sonic Colors DS, the one thing I like about the Nega Wisp armor in that is that Eggman uses every Wisp power up, but you have to knock it out of him to acquire it. And I kind of wish, because in this version it mostly just spams like Cube and Laser, like you don't really see the other ones that much.
Right. There's also been a weird distinction between the DS version and the console version when it comes to the final bosses. Like, in the DS version, you had the supersonic fight with Nega Mama Wisp,
Oh yeah.
which is completely absent in the console version. And then in the DS version of Lost World, you have Sonic gathering up the planetary energy so that he's able to do the final strike. It feels a lot like All Color Power again, but at least it's in the theme with the whole energy of the planet getting sucked up. Whereas the final boss in the console version is nice in presentation, but kind of lackluster overall.
Yeah, I mean, I will say though, I do enjoy the fact that Colors Onwards, we are getting Eggman as the main villain. Because I think, you know, from SA1 to 06, the monster of the week did get a bit tiresome to me after a while.
True.
Yeah. I think even though it isn't you know, part of the canon, and I'm sure Sega would like to forget about it, but I did enjoy Lyric as a character, and starting as a boss fight, because he's throughout the entire game he has multiple scenes with characters. Like Lyric's the one non-Eggman final boss that I kind of enjoy, and I kind of wish that the cartoon would use him, but I think they're not allowed to.
I'm honestly not sure.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said I'm honestly not sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because well, I know I think in a few episodes Amy has referenced the Ancients, which is what his group was, but yeah, I'm not sure if we'll ever actually see him in a game. I mean, not in a game, in a cartoon, because I can't see him making a return in a video game at any point soon.
There you go, you got it.
Yay!
Only took you a couple tries, but
Validation. Okay, do we have any new donations or questions?
I've been checking and we haven't gotten any.
Okay.
Maybe this would be a good time to bust out the what I was wanting to ask Ian.
I'll go for it.
Ian, this is the 10 inside the actor studio questions. Are you familiar with these?
I am, and I legit never thought I would ever get a chance to answer these.
Alright, this was a good idea then. Number 1.
My life is complete. I have achieved everything. I have written for Sonic, for Mega Man, for Ninja Turtles, and now I get asked these 10 questions.
What is your favorite word?
It's the voice. Oh, lordy.
That's 2 words.
What'd you say?
He said, oh lordy.
No.
Oh, favorite word. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
What is your least favorite word?
Saying no would be contrived.
You still thinking about it?
Yeah. I guess the inflection is kind of important, but actually...
Okay. What turns you on?
You said this was an R-rated show, right?
Yes.
So are we auditioning for Ian's phone hotline now? Is that what we're doing?
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
Mrs. Bickett?
Let's say possibilities.
Okay.
Endless possibilities?
Boo.
Endless possibilities.
What turns you off?
Ignorance.
What sound do you love?
Baby's laughter.
Aww. What sound do you hate? Baby's laughter.
People fighting.
Okay. What is your favorite curse word?
Trying to think which one I use the most. trot out shit more casually than anything else.
What profession, other than yours, would you like to attempt?
Paleontology.
Ooh.
I was a dinosaur kid growing up. Loved that stuff.
Interesting.
Ian, you could have said love that shit then. You could have gone on the last question.
What profession would you not like to do?
Modeling.
Oh, damn it! There goes my
No,
fan
those
fiction.
people work way too hard and get zero respect.
That's fair.
All right.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Shit.
All right, let's see you do better.
Very, very, very good. I
Okay, everyone. Apologies for that. Like most things in my house, my router is a piece of crap. But just trying to see if we are back online. Quickly refresh the chat. Okay, apparently we're live again. I think so.
For some reason, I can't find it.
Just search Platformania.
Okay.
Okay, great people. We seem to be back up running. Can you still hear us? Are we still mixed nicely? It's just kind of fortuitous we went down because we're now joined by Smoothies.
Sort of.
He took my wife out drinking. Not sure if I should approve of that or not, but yeah.
No, she took me out and I drank. And then a homeless man gave us both roses thinking we were dating. It was weird.
Oh, there's more in the pot, so you can save it.
I wish you said it was a good wife.
I am back.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, we're now live again.
Okay, good. Hello.
Hello. So let's try and get in. Okay.
All right, yeah, everybody says we sound good.
Hey, cool. Oh, no, I think I went back into Act 2 by mistake. Exit that.
Okay, so we got a donation from JD's Canvas. Donated $5 and said, "Love FTA, FTCR, some call me Johnny, SGB, and BSC. Met Gareth and BSC at MomoCon 2 years ago. I was just like Bart Simpson. Looking forward to when I can do it again because I think I could have make a more professional impression. As I'm now a game design student going to University of Central Florida, I think it's important to play a lot of games and understand people's like you cool dudes' perspectives on what good games are. You guys have been a big part of my life for the past 3 years, and I owe all of you a debt for that. You all inspire me to look forward to make it in life. Ian, to be honest, I never liked the pre-boot Archie Sonic, but don't get me wrong, I have nothing but the utmost respect for you and the team and all that you sacrificed for the book. Never forget we love you all. Any advice for someone who wants to one day write and draw graphic novels? Good luck to you and the team, and hell, Gareth, besides wanting to gift you a better drawing of Michael Jackson as the Green Lantern, or maybe something cooler, maybe I'll get lucky and have the opportunity to buy you all a milk in a dirty glass. Good luck to you. Good luck to you on the charity efforts, and in the darkest night, may no donations escape your sight, Shamona.
Jensen, thank you, dude. I literally have that image you drew me framed on my wall underneath my signed picture from Jason Griffith. So I look at that picture on almost a daily basis. Thank you so much.
I'm looking at it right now.
Isn't it great? It's amazing.
And also, mad respect for, just being legit. You don't have to say you love the book to be on the stream or to say anything. So, you didn't dig it? That's cool. I appreciate the honesty. Question was advice on starting a graphic novel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, plan. Plan a lot. Pre-plan. Do rough outlines first. Do not just jump straight into the script and think you can get it done off the top of your head, because that's a bad idea. Go into it with a realistic goal of how long it's going to be. I would say a reasonable place to start would be looking at maybe 80 pages. That would be what most of the Sonic trades were. That's a 4-part arc. That's a decent-sized story. And make sure that you've got your beginning, middle, and end planned out. Even if you want this to be the book 1 of many, you need to tell a concise story for this book. Now, you can't just let everything hinge on to be continued. So make sure that you know where the characters are going, what they're trying to accomplish, and where you want them to be by the end of the story. And make sure that their journey there feels organic. Do the choices they make sense for who they are, or is it because the plot needs them to make those choices? Is the environment they're in realistically affecting them, or is it you're having events happen to them just so they can make these decisions that you need them to make? You really have to self-analyze as well as plan out your story.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid advice. I expected nothing less, but it's pretty solid.
I was just expecting Ian just to say do good. So that was. So actually, two questions about that. One, because I know in a lot of the in the kind of extra features for the trades, they would show that you would oftentimes, I guess, do sketches for new characters. So have you ever? And I'm pretty sure we've asked you this at one point, but have you ever actually tried to draw like a book that you've written?
No. No. Because if you look at those sketches, you can see why. I can doodle a decent enough Sonic-styled character to get the point across to someone with talent, but I can't do page layouts. I can't do backgrounds. I can't draw vehicles to save my life. I can't do any kind of realistic drawing, human proportions. I am a grade C doodler. I am not a professional comic artist.
I love that big that you drew for our friend at Heroes Con on the button. It was amazing.
Well, Ian, if you're like a good doodler, it sounds to me we should just make a Sonic the Hedgehog book, and you can draw that.
Ooh.
The other one,
something like Strong Bad's Teen Girl Squad.
Yes!
Oh my god, I haven't heard of Teen Girl Squad in a long time.
Teen Girl Squad!
The smart one, the knuckled one, and the hammer girl.
The ugly one!
That's all of us.
Then I think I wanted to ask Ian, was there any point, I know in during the Archie tenure, was there any ever talk of just doing a straight, like, original graphic novel for either, say, Sonic or Mega Man, or like a joint between them, or did that never prop up?
Let me just a straight-to-trade story?
Yeah. So just like a 80-page story that was just released in trade and first printed. That wasn't a collection of released issues.
I might have pitched a Sonic one here or there if I had the story in mind, but no, I don't think we really had anything that was really straight to trade in design. Now, that being said, a lot of the arcs were built with trades in mind. I mean, Sonic Universe and Mega Man's 4-issue format was specifically so that they could be easily collected in trades. And that I had no control over. That was, this is how you're doing it. And it's like, okie dokie.
Yeah, so about that thing is, I know, say, in the reboots, a lot of the arcs tend to either go smaller or kind of a lot of like 2-issue arcs or like single-issue stories. When you were planning that out, would you and or Archie still be like, you need to make sure that there's like enough, that 4 issues were gonna fit nicely in a trade?
Yeah, that was something we definitely had to keep in mind, so that even if it was a 2-parter or a 1-parter, ultimately you could fit 4 issues into a trade without breaking up the storyline.
Okay.
All right, we got 2 more donations. $5 from Smellbringer, who says, "Hey Ian, just wanted to say that I loved your work on Mega Man, namely issue 49, and what you did with Quickman. I just wanted to ask, did you have a plan for Mega Man X4? Because I feel like you could take a story with great potential but terrible execution and make it far better. Also, what are you fighting for?"
I will say yes with an asterisk, because Mega Man 4 would require a great deal of effort and research on my part before I would say, yes, I definitely had a correction in mind. But when looking at X, because, God, I wanted X. You guys have no idea how much I wanted X. Let me put it this way. Okay, so we introduced Dr. Cossack in the fourth arc of Mega Man, specifically so that he would be a familiar, friendly character, so that when we finally got to Mega Man 4, his turnaround would be shocking. It wasn't just, oh, now there's a guy named Cossack and he's being like Wily. You would actually wonder why would Dr. Cossack do this? If you didn't know what Mega Man was, and there would be a lot of small children who didn't. Small children and teenagers, I'm old! So that same kind of build I would want for X. Like, I would want Repliforce to be present and doing stuff before they came into conflict with the Maverick Hunters. So that when they came into conflict, it wouldn't be a matter of, oh, now there's a paramilitary group and they're being unreasonable. I would want the readers at that point to actually be kind of divided over who they're rooting for. So that when you get to the ultimate tragedy of it all, that Sigma has played these two sides against each other, it makes him that more wicked of a villain, and the entire situation all the more heartbreaking.
Okay, we have a $5 donation from Blue.
She's like, oh, okay.
I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm reading, okay?
I think, Ian, I think the problem with that, though, is I don't think anyone in this room is that well versed in the X franchise.
Trust me, you would love it.
I played. I had the X collection on PS2, and I played through most of it. I think like X1 and 2 are some of my favorite Super Nintendo games. I just don't really follow the lore of that one, because I'm a classic purist, Ian. I want my Mega Man to look like an 8-year-old. That's what I want my Mega Man to do.
Very, very basic overview. You had the Maverick Hunters, which were supposed to police their own kind. Sigma was their greatest leader. He turned evil. X was one of the very few left unaffected and was forced to become a combatant just to save everyone. Repliforce was in Mega Man X4, and their stance was more or less, okay, Hunters, this is like the fourth game. You guys suck. We're going to handle things.
Makes sense.
And then Sigma managed to play both sides into more or less having a chest-thumping competition to see who was more right. And it ended up being everyone lost.
Oh, wonderful.
Also, Zero's girlfriend dies, but that's okay.
Oh.
So Zero's
We
good.
had another question.
Oh yeah.
My favorite girlfriend.
Not Zeros. Blue Yoshi 15 donated $5 and said, "Hi, I would like to put this towards burning Mr. Gareth. He thinks Colors has a U in it, the sick bastard." Also a question for Ian. About that proposed Mario comic, how would you have tried to fit in all the spin-offs, the RPGs, sports, parties, karting, and side series Yoshi, DK, Wario into the main Mario series? If you can't answer that for legal reasons, then I have a Sonic-related question.
What?
I'm just waiting to see if he can answer it.
Oh.
Because he said if.
Ian, you there?
Nope.
Okay, that was such a bad question that he
Ian left.
he just left the computer.
Mr. Flynn? Oh, he's going back.
We should start calling him Ian Fled. Anybody? No?
No. He's here all week trying to veal.
Things, and you hung up on me.
Whoa! We didn't hang up on you. That was the universe.
Okay, so, number one, offended Gareth. He's British. It's a terminal affliction. He just has to put U's in things. I've come to understand it from a Canadian perspective. He needs our love and understanding. Number 2, I can kind of, sort of answer the Mario one. And so we'll do the Sonic question, too, because I don't think you're going to get a very satisfying Mario answer.
That's fair.
The answer is, from what I dealt with personally, I don't think we would be able to access most of that material that was asked about.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, and then when you first took over, did you ever prioritize moving away from any theme, idea, or character that was previously introduced?
Tommy Turtle.
Oh, I killed him good. My main objective when I got on the book was to make it more of a Sonic book.
Yep.
At the time, it was this weird swords and sorcery, sci-fi mishmash. Because you had multiple writers with multiple ideas on how they wanted to take the book, and the editor was not doing his job. When I came on, there was a much different perspective editorially, and on my end, it's like, this is a Sonic book. We come to this for Sonic, but the book has built this interesting world around him. Let's make this Sonic's world, not just furry book that has a license attached to it. So that was my main agenda, was going through and just tightening things up so that it would be something that a Sonic fan could easily jump into. You know, if Sonic is going to fight a nigh immortal woolly mammoth with a Chaos Emerald embedded in his chest, how do we approach that in a way that a Sonic fan goes, yeah, okay, I buy that.
That seems legit.
Also, I set out to make Drago's life horrible, but that's because Drago was a terrible character.
The quick to go back to Tommy Turtle, and again, I apologize because I forget if I've ever asked you this in the past, but was it hard to convince Archie and or Sega to include a honest to God death in the Sonic book?
No, actually.
Okay.
I am surprised that I didn't get any pushback on it. And sometimes I wonder if I went a little too far. But with, his ashes filtering through Supersonic's fingers. Because by the time we got to that, the hatred for Tommy had kind of died down. It was like a punchline that came too late after the joke. But
Gotcha.
In the end, Order from Chaos is one of my favorite stories that we got done, just because I think Tracy and I were really in sync with how the story came out. There's one panel in particular where Sonic is just banking around a corner like a motorcycle taking a really tight turn, which is how I described it in the script, and Tracy rendered it exactly like I wanted. I'm like, ooh, it's like visual candy. And because I'm a continuity nut, I love the fact that I was able to reference all the alien worlds and consolidate the Chaos Emeralds into the 7 colored ones, which they are supposed to be. And, take Tommy, kill off one of the most loathed characters in the franchise, and do it in a way where people actually kind of felt bad for him in the end.
Do you think Sega wouldn't have cared possibly because it's not necessarily one of their characters, so like in their mind it's not really going to impact the franchise in that regard?
Oh, absolutely.
Gotcha.
I think their concern would have been more with it being out of tone with Sonic as a franchise, but there's been some dark stuff in the Sonic games, so I guess that's why we didn't get any notes on it.
Both Eggman's cousin and grandfather are brutally shot down by the American government in like one game.
Yeah, and Eggman held a gun to Amy's head, and he tried to blow up Sonic in space, tried to drown a city, then nuke it by hand.
Yep. I love this children's franchise. So, actually, one thing I wanted to ask you about, the script cards. I mean, the cutscene we just passed is the one where Eggman kind of mind controls Tails for a moment. Like plot lines, like scenes like that. I mean, is there a scene in the game which you would count as maybe your favorite in terms of writing or overall jokes?
Sorry, the part of that came through is garbled.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have a favorite cutscene in this game, either from the writing standpoint or just a favorite joke?
I think we already passed it. The one where Orbot and Cubot are talking about how gruesome it is to be picking up robot parts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a couple more donations.
Oh, great.
Mike B donated $25 and said, "Hi
Hey,
everyone."
Mike.
Hi everyone. Don't really have a question for Ian on the stream, but I'm looking forward to what he's got set up for the 50th episode of the Bumblecast. I'd also like to be entered into the raffle to win the Nintendo Switch.
Mike is a regular on both the Bumblecast and Bumblecast Gaming. He's good people. Thank you for donating, Mike. And yeah, boy, do we have some fun stuff lined up for episode 50.
Nice.
Georgie Lewis donated $5 and said, "Hey guys, great marathon for a great cause. I love your work, Ian, and I wish I was able to collect more of the first Mega Man and Sonic crossover. Sadly, I can't find an online store that has them new and cheap, and no other UK comic stores seem to stock Sonic graphic novels anymore, but I will keep looking."
I don't know if Archie's online store still will sell outside of North America, but if you can get them to do that, I know that all of their graphic novels are super, super cheap right now.
Mm-hmm.
All of the Sonic and Mega Man stuff is super cheap right now, and I'm fairly certain they still had the Complete Worlds Collide trade up, so give that a shot.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Because I've said it about multiple times, Ian, but I have no problem kissing your ass when you're here. Worlds Collide is probably my favourite story arc of any comic book I've ever read.
I'll kiss my own ass on that one. That was a damn good comic.
I thought it was okay.
I'm sure your mother said the same thing about you.
No, it's
Zing!
no.
Don't you dare talk about my dead mother. Yeah, now I just high-roaded you. I'm just kidding. She's not dead. She's just dead to me.
Suddenly got
Yeah,
a
shut
chilly
you
in the
up.
room.
I always thought it was the kind of you wouldn't necessarily say that Colors, Generations, and Lost World have any type of overarching story, but I have noticed similarity, like in this one, one of the scenes we just passed, where Eggman mind controls Tails and then gets threatens to have Tails fight Sonic, and then of course in Lost World when the Deadly Six think they reprogrammed him to make him fight Tails. I wonder if Prontak and Graf ever actually wanted to make them fight in game, but Sega just like no.
I don't know. One interesting thing that and maybe I'm reading too much into it, it's not like that's been my job for 10 years, but if you look at Unleashed, all of Dark Gaia's energy is very pinky purple, and Chip, when he uses his powers, is this kind of glowy green. In Lost World, the energy that is sucked out of the planet and the energy that Sonic uses in the final boss fight, the DS version, is a very similar glowy green. Whereas in Sonic 4 Episode 2, when Metal Sonic gets that weird underground power-up, it's this kind of pinkish purpley fiery energy. Is there a connection? Or is it green is good and purple bad? I don't know.
I mean, I always just assumed that Sonic's world was made up of Mountain Dew, and that's what they were taking out.
Why does Dark Gaia bleed green?
Why would Dark Gaia then bleed? Is Dark Gaia secretly good? Was Chip the bad guy of Unleashed if Dark Gaia bleeds green?
We need to make Chip bleed and see if he bleeds purple.
So the Cubot voice chip, I think it's funny. I like these
I wish
scenes.
they'd bring it back.
They kind of did in Lost World when his head gets blown off and he speaks like a pirate.
Briefly.
Really, yeah.
And I think, it's been a while since I saw the episode, but there was an episode in Sonic Boom where it revealed that the current Orbot is just one in a long line of failed Cubots. And there's like this entire village of misfit Cubots. And it's the exact same model, it's just they wear a hat or a bow tie or an eye patch. And I think they had the different voices there.
Oh, nice. That's cool. I mean, so in terms of if we had our friend David DeLurker here who likes to try and fit every single Sonic game that's ever been into the same timeline, are you of the theory that subscribes to the notion that SA-55 or SAS from Unleashed was later kind of remade into Cubot, or do you think they're Orbot rather, or do you think they're entirely different beasts?
Given the characterization and the model design, I think you can make a case for both. Because SAS was notably more aggressive in his snark than Orbot, and Orbot is notably more lazy. But you could also say that, Eggman finally caught up with SAS, stomped him into the dirt, and said, "Oh, wait, I need someone to clean the toilet," and, fixed him up, put a new coat of paint, and Orbot was born. So, either or.
That was. I mean, I love one of my favorite scenes in Unleashed is the one where Eggman's complaining about how Dark Eye was woken up too early, and SAS just starts kind of reading like fortune cookies at him. Like the road to victory starts with 1,000 miles. Nobody likes a whiner. That's how it's done. I always think that's a really good scene. I mean, I've seen a few people question things like Orbot and Cubot. Like why would Eggman make idiots for his lackeys? But there's an episode of Adventures, Robotnik's rival, where Robotnik has obviously, as the name implies, has a rival. It's kind of like Duckman called Quark, who has this really like super intelligent, super sentient. He's almost like the T-1000 from T2. He has like this liquid body. He can morph into things, but he kind of I'll see if I can not die there. I survived. Good for me. He kind of over time he kind of learns to lie to his creator, and become his own man. At the moment at the end when Quark goes, I should have made you less perfect, and Robotnik just goes, whereas I, in my supreme genius, designed my robots to be complete idiots.
That's more or less it. I mean, look what happened when he gave Metal Sonic more agency. He turned into a dragon and locked him in a closet.
That might be my favorite sum up of the plot of Sonic Heroes. Metal Sonic turns into a dragon, locks Eggman in a closet.
That and the fact that Eggman obviously has insecurity issues, so why would he make someone that would be comparably his peer? He makes individuals that he can feel superior to and belittle without any kind of repercussion so that he can remain superior in his own mind.
Very, very true. One thing, unfortunately, because not everything was traded, there are chunks of the pre-reboot I have not been able to read it. Did you ever follow up with the slight notion in Heroes where Metal Sonic thinks he's the original Sonic, or was that not something you'd ever tried to adapt in the book?
That I never touched on.
I always thought it was kind of weird. Like, if you call yourself Metal Sonic, how could you be the original?
I'm wondering if that is a kind of nuanced mistranslation, where it isn't necessarily the original Sonic, but Metal Sonic views himself as the true embodiment of Sonic.
Could be.
Another fun little factoid, pre-reboot, since we were talking about SAS and Orbot, in pre-reboot we had Orbot's model number BSA-55, and then we had Cubot's model number be DUM-8. Or was it
yeah
1D107? Something like it came out as implying he was dumb, and it was funny.
It's fun. Don't worry about it. That's awesome. I love that.
It was one or the other, and I had to change it because it was deemed too insulting.
But Cubot is he's wonderfully dumb.
We have a couple new donations.
Oh, great.
Spider Knife donated $5 and said, "Hey again, guys, and Mr. Lord Bumble Flynn. Question for the good Bumble and FTA, TJ, and Smoothies are welcome to contribute if they want, with their answers to what are your favorite and least favorite zones from Sonic 1, 2, 3, and K?"
Oh, jeez.
Hey, well, Ian, if you want to go first on that question.
Alright, so Sonic 1, favorite and least favorite stages. Starlight Zone might be one of my favorites. Not to play, but the aesthetics and the music are lovely.
Good answer.
Labyrinth Zone is least favorite because it's Labyrinth Zone. Sonic 2 might have to go with Casino Night, because I know if you get a time over because you're having too much fun playing the level, I guess that's a sign that you enjoy it. Least favorite would be Metropolis Zone.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay, second place for favorite would be Sky Chase, just because that was neat.
Yep.
Since we're making the distinction between Sonic 3 and Knuckles, even though they are the same game, meant to be together forever and ever, in perpetuity, Anyway, favorite stage there, Sonic 3. Maybe Angel Island?
Huh.
Just because the sense of progression, you know? It's this lush island, and you get further, and then, oh snap, you've got robots that are kind of mini-bosses, and they set everything on fire, and then there's missiles falling down, and Tails is getting perpetually blown up, which is hilarious, and... least favorite from the 3... Never really was fond of Launch Base Zone.
Okay.
Not fond of the mid-boss, not overly fond of Big Arms. Music was good, though. And Sonic and Knuckles, Hidden Palace Zone is Sonic, no question. Just because of the story elements, because that blew my mind as a kid. But if we're talking like full-on real stages, I guess I'll go Sky Sanctuary. Least favorite? Maybe Mushroom Hill.
You prefer Sandopolis over Mushroom Hill?
I like Sandopolis' theme and its visuals and the fact that you go into the pyramid and there's the spoopy little ghosties.
And you like that first boss that you have to hit over and over very slowly, and most people just hit it all the way over to the quicksand to kill it quicker because it's so fucking slow.
Or you go to the edge, it jumps all the way to you, and then you hit it once.
Okay, just because you know how to cheat.
Smoothies plays the game real, Ian.
I'm a real gamer girl.
Do we also want to take this opportunity to answer this? Or just let Ian
Someone paid for us to do it.
Alright. Steven.
Sonic 1, favorite Starlight, least favorite Labyrinth, just like Ian.
You know what? Same. I'm going to say right off the bat, Sonic 1, same for me.
Okay.
You?
I would say my favorite's probably Marble Zone, and my least favorite's Labyrinth.
There you go.
Okay.
I know my least favorite from Sonic 2 is Death Egg, because it takes 9 minutes to do the first and last zone, technically, and it's just boring. It's just boring as hell, Death Egg.
What, Sonic 2?
Yeah.
What, you mean, the final boss?
Yeah, the final zone, the Death Egg. It's the worst zone, because it takes so fucking long, it's boring. The best zone? I don't have a best zone for that. Probably... What are you guys' favorite zones from Sonic 2?
Oil Ocean.
Oil Ocean has those horrible seahorses that pop out of nowhere. They're bullshit.
I don't care. It's just the aesthetic, and I love that track so much. I love Oil Ocean.
TJ just loves oil tycoons. For me, it's a cliche answer, but I might go Chemical Plant.
Yeah.
Great track, fun level. I'm glad it's I'm glad it was in Generations. Part of me, it's glad it's back in Mania. It's a really fun level. At least
my favorite is Emerald Hill, I'd say. Sorry.
Fun level. I think Jun Sonoi's favorite music track from the franchise that he did not compose himself. I think he said that before. Least favorite from 2. Maybe Wing Fortress. Just because that killed me the most out of any level when I was a kid.
Yeah, I don't particularly care for that.
It's
I
not
don't.
particularly fun, no.
I'm sorry, Ian, what was that?
Yeah.
Wing Fortress wasn't particularly fun, no.
Yeah. Okay, so what about 3 Smoothies? Oh, damn.
3. Fuck. 3 is so hard. I always think it's 3 and K is the same thing.
Well, then I'll go. My favorite from 3, I think it's the one that most people overlook, Marble Garden. I love me Marble Garden.
Ooh.
I'll agree. Yeah, Marble.
Yep.
Least favorite in 3 would...
Launch Base is kind of boring.
For me, it's probably a toss-up between Launch Base and Carnival Night. Which I don't hate either. I like them. I like them both, actually. Just if I had to pick the one I like the least, it would probably be Carnival Night, if I had to twist my arm.
That is really hard.
Which, you know, as a kid, the Battle of Doom never gave me any trouble because I had one of those turbo controllers, so I would just get the bubble shield, turn on the turbo controller, and it would always just glitch me through the barrel.
Oh, I figured it out when I was a kid.
I was too lazy to figure it out. I just let my third-party controller glitch me through it. Ah, damn it.
Okay, and Sonic and Knuckles. For me, my favorite is Lava Reef because it's cinematic and
Act 2 definitely is.
It has some cool music, and you know, it's a good way to almost wrap up everything. It's cool, like in the first zone, you're just going through a volcano. In the second zone, you can see the Death Egg in the background, and you also go to like this weird crystallized version of. It's just a cool level. And my least favorite is Death Egg because it's bullshit.
For Knuckles, my least favorite is Sandopolis, without question. I like Lava Reef. The only thing about Lava Reef is that it's a small thing, but I wish Lava Reef had a actual Act 2 remix. It wasn't just Hidden Paddle Zone. Because Lava Reef has a great theme. I might go though for favorites. Flying Battery probably. Damn it. DJ and Knuckles.
What are my choices?
And Knuckles is Mushroom Hill, Flying Battery, Sandopolis, Lava Reef, Hidden Palace, Sky Sanctuary, Death Egg, and Doomsday Zone.
I would say probably favorite would be Flying Battery, just from what I've seen. Least favorite. I mean, I tend to agree with you on most things, and I'll probably not like Sandopolis either.
So Sandopolis is from the fan is one of the I think the most disliked levels in the class, just because there's a kind of there's a mechanic that Act 2 has that not a lot of people enjoy. Act 1's fine, you know, it's got a tedious mini boss, but Act 2 is kind of it's probably the single most challenging level aside from maybe Labyrinth Act 3.
Holy crap! We broke 18,000.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome!
Boy.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So, did we get any new donations in that time?
Yeah, we got quite a few.
Awesome.
Kevin Belmont donated $5 and said, "Hello everyone. Put this to Ted Burning and question to Mr. Flynn: what character in the Mega Man franchise, either classic or beyond, would you have loved to write about? As a fan of the Mega Man franchise, both games and lore, I love the work you did in the comic, especially the final issue with the pages related to the Mega Man Zero series. It made 8-year-old me very happy. Thank you very much for your work."
Thank you. Geez, one character?
Why is it Gyro Man?
I guess I was looking forward to getting to Duo and kind of exploring his deal a lot more. The X series overall, I wanted to get my hands on super bad. And overall, I really wanted to put together everything from Classic to Legends just in one beautiful, long, sweet epic, and I kind of got that with 55. I was able to give it lip service at least.
We have a $75 donation from...
Holy crap!
Yeah, from Bruce M. Hold on. Hey guys, just thought I'd contribute my fair share to your cause like I did last year. It was great getting to see some of you at Too Many Games this year, and I always love seeing such funny and entertaining people get together for such an awesome charity like IRC.
Sorry, none are here today.
Which I've donated to in the past. I just want to say thank you for making me laugh all these years, and I love you all. Congrats on hitting over 17 grand. Well, actually, your donation put us over 18 grand.
So thank you.
Keep up the amazing work that you do. Lastly, we have a $100 donation from Daniel, and I apologize for this. Daniel
Just call him Daniel R. Daniel knows that we can't. Unfortunately, we can't. Daniel has donated many times, Ian, over the course of the event, and not one of us can pronounce his last name, so we just call him Daniel R.
Hey everyone, it's awesome having Ian Flynn on stream, especially after Don Bennett was on during Freedom Planet Run, and especially on Colors, one of my all-time favorite Sonic games. Put this towards the Switch raffle.
Daniel also said that he set aside $3,000 for this whole thing.
Holy
Jeez.
crap!
And I think he's only about 2,000 of the way through that.
Damn.
Wow.
So, damn, Daniel.
Thank you so much.
Old meme.
You call yourself a millennial?
But yeah, Daniel, thank everyone. But I'm so. What's our total now then?
Current total is $18,152.
Damn.
Daniel.
Wait, we need somebody called Felicia to turn up, so people just can say bye, Felicia. Get it?
Well, I have to say hi first.
Hi, and then you can say bye because that's the main.
That's the joke.
That's the main. Okay. Oh, I forgot.
I think I exhausted the inside the actor studio questions too early.
Okay, so Planet Wisp. I was like, yeah, it's a fine level. Not really one of my favorites.
I like the aesthetics of it, but that's it.
It's got a good music track. I like the notion of it. Yeah, like Eggman kind of industrializing. It's kind of like this weird, perverted mix of like Green Hill and Scrap Brain together. But that went well. Yeah, I need that box to come back up as I can't progress.
It's okay, you can do it. Get the box.
Okay, I'll just.
Wait, you can't keep going to the. Okay.
Like,
well.
Because that's another way to progress. So, but before you read those donations, I had a question I wanted to ask Ian, and now it's gone.
Something about the way how Planet Wisp looks.
Maybe. Ian, when you designed Planet Wisp, what were you thinking? I hate this section because you get stuck in this stupid conveyor belt. Okay. So Ian, I mean, I'm sure the answer would be anything based on certain things I've heard you in interviews before, but is there any other type of franchise, or franchise or medium rather, that you would either like to write for or haven't, or would like to pursue at some point in the future? What would those be?
I'd love to write more for cartoons in general. Sonic Boom was a fantastic experience, and all it did was, make me hunger for more. I'd love to write for video games as well. I'm out yet, and NDAs and blah, blah, blah. But I love video games, and I cannot code to save my life. And I'm not an artist, so the last thing I can possibly do is to write for them.
Same. I think I'm just stuck in a circle there.
I think you are.
So, Ian, if your favorite thing is writing, what types of games with good writing are your favorite? For me, one of my favorite games of all time is just because of its writing, and it's Grim Fandango. Have you?
I keep hearing about that. I've not had a chance to play.
Ian, what is wrong with you? You're a writer. Oh my god, dude, you need to check it. It's so good. I'm drunk, Ian. Sorry. Ian, no. It's, okay, so anyways, that reaction was for the laughs, but honestly, you should check out Grim Fandango. It's good.
I should at some point, absolutely.
Somebody please say something.
So
Ian,
if you could answer the question Stephen gave before he shouted at you.
No, the question was, what games do I enjoy writing-wise? Trying to think off the top of my head. Skies of Arcadia was just charming.
Mm-hmm.
Start to finish. And a large part of that was the characterization in the dialogue. I'm going to say the Assassin's Creed 2, the first one. Because that one, for me, was the most gripping and engaging, and the characters themselves felt like the most realized and fleshed out, and that it kind of lost its way as time went on. I'm going to go out on a limb and even say Pokemon Sun and Moon, if you haven't had a chance to play through that. I think that's one of the better written games.
And I know nothing about the plot, but I've seen lots of screen captures of just, like, lots of really dark, fucked up things individual characters will say. Like, one of the characters goes on to think, like, they say out loud, what do you think happens to Pokemon when they're put inside those boxes inside of computers? Do they even think? Do they feel anything? And I'm like, this writing is amazing.
Well, that and one of the major themes throughout the game is family and family abuse, really. And
wow.
How children are affected by their parents in positive and negative ways. You see characters who have very supportive family lives and how they thrive. You see characters who clearly came from abusive homes and how they are affected by it, and characters who come from abusive homes and how they overcome those struggles. And it isn't done in a way that really beats you over the head with it. There was one aspect in particular that I completely missed until it was pointed out to me, and it's like, oh, well, that's grim. But in a way, it's more maturely told than a lot of other media. It's done in a very subtle way, and I greatly appreciate that.
That's really rad. You make me want to play Pokemon.
It's the first Pokemon game in a long time that I played that I was actually excited to go through.
That's awesome.
That and my mud horse would stomp anything into the dirt and was great. I'm extremely salty that it looks like we're not getting a direct sequel, but some kind of like, haha, you played the beta test, here's the real version with Ultra Sun and Moon.
Ian, do you ever play any spooky games?
Nope.
Okay.
I think that was the fastest response we've ever gotten from Ian.
Ian, do you ever...
Nope, can't do the spoopy. Nope, spoopy.
Ian, do you ever watch playthroughs of games just so you can get the story out of them?
Uh-oh.
Ian, okay, sorry, you probably didn't hear me. Ian, do you ever watch games on YouTube just so you can get the story? No, Ian.
Uh-oh.
Connection.
Did we go down again?
Still there?
Yeah, Ian,
Yeah,
can you hear us?
Ian.
No, you can't hear us.
Steven, is the stream still up? Does it look like that?
We're still connected.
Okay.
Can you hear us? Still no.
Mr. Ian.
Yeah, it said connection's poor.
Oh man, I wanted to ask him about Soma.
You know, Go on the Wi-Fi. 1 second, let me try going on the Wi-Fi. Oh, it isn't the Wi-Fi. Connection.
Yeah, mine still is too.
Yeah, let me get off Wi-Fi then. Do that.
I mean, I'm able to. I'm still connected to Wi-Fi.
Ian. I'm gonna hang up and then I'm gonna call them back.
I'm on the Wi-Fi too.
Okay.
Can you hear us? There we go. That was the universe again.
I don't think he.
Yes. Oh, yep. Connection. Maybe it's his internet.
Maybe. It'd be nice if one thing that went wrong and this bloody event wasn't my shit fucking up, but...
Hey, can you hear us?
We're good.
Oh, we're good? Okay.
Right.
Cool. Alright, Steven had another question for you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Barely.
Can you hear me? Mr. Ian? I wanted to know if you're single. No, he's cut out.
Oh.
You know, just while we work on that technicalness, Smoothies, your thoughts on colours?
My thoughts on colors is it's pretty good. It's to the point, and I like that about that. Also, double jump, thank you, so good. I wish double jump was I wish the home attack was on a different button, but yeah, double jump is pretty good. I think it has a pretty good balance between 3D and 2D. It's more 2D than 3D, but
It's far more 2D, but I don't.
But I'm okay with that. I think
it's been proven. The case could be made that Sonic works better in 2D than 3D.
Can you hear us now, Ian?
Yeah, right. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, though?
Ian, we need to find out where the treasure's buried.
Should I hang up?
Just say something insulting, because that will when he hears us again and he comes back fine.
Dude, it's doing that thing again. Do you want me to just hang up?
Yeah, hang up.
Ian, I don't read Sonic comics.
During a horde, I feel like there's somebody creeping up behind me.
Can you hear us?
Still no hearing us?
Sonic, can you hear us? The game.
Anyways,
Alright, I'm gonna hang up and type to him.
In terms of the story, I think Sonic Colors is a good framework for what all Sonic stories should be. Simple, lighthearted, with some dark shit sprinkled here and there. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So, in terms of, say, the scripting, would you say this is probably one of your favorite scripts?
Yep. Definitely. SA2, kind of awkward. SA1's kind of awkward.
Those are ones where, like, I like the story.
I like the plot.
I like the plot, but the scripting is... that's why I'd like a remake of those, so you can get Ian to, get someone like Ian to rewrite them, where you can keep the same basic framework, just have the dialogue not be,
You ever notice that, besides where the characters come from, and besides what the characters can do, and besides what the characters are dealing with, whenever each character is talking in SA1 and SA2, they all sound like they're the same person. Does that make sense?
Sometimes. I wouldn't say that with everyone, because Big doesn't. I think Big and Gamma, because they kind of had to.
Yes. Okay.
They don't sound the same.
I meant the main characters.
Sometimes. I mean, not in every scene, but some of the dialogue scenes are kind of interchangeable.
Yeah. It's like, if you were to, let's say I had never played SA1, and you had just written down a bunch of lines of dialogue from a bunch of different characters, it'd be pretty hard to tell them apart.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, this writing's good.
Again, it gave Sonic back his edge for the first time in years.
Yep. He sounds like he's from the cartoons.
He got back his hands and he'll win this fight?
Yeah, he will.
Gareth, come on, this boss ain't that hard.
I know, I have not... You know what? The problem is I never go back to fight these guys, because I'm like, they're easy! But I think I'm stuck in a weird loop where I can't get to the bastard.
Do you want to try calling him again?
Yeah, try that.
Alright.
put up some speed so I can.
Can you hear us?
Yes, much better than that.
Hooray!
Awesome. Okay.
So for the 5th time, Stephen, try your question.
Well, Ian, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was his question. Thanks, Steven.
So, I feel kind of silly asking this question because the chat has heard it a million times. Do you ever watch games on YouTube just so you can get the story out of them?
How do you think I learned anything about Mega Man since I can't play the bloody things?
Alright, so...
I mean, there's a lot you can learn from reading, wikis and manual scans and the obscure Japanese trivia, but a lot of what you would infer comes from the games themselves, from the locations, from the staging, from the music, how the bosses actually fight you. So for Mega Man, yeah, I watched tons of playthroughs. Not speedruns, those didn't help me at all.
So, because you don't play spooky games, and because you do watch YouTube walkthroughs and stuff, you should watch a game called Soma. The writing in that is fantastic. The first intro scene will make you think, what the fuck am I watching? This looks dumb. Just get past that and the rest is gold. Ian, are you there?
He hung up on
Call-
us.
Swear to fucking God! Okay, I'm just gonna tweet at him.
Okay.
Even Jonah Vasquez loves Soma. He says the writing there is really good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Aqua Aquarium Park. Apparently, the basic design for this for like a Japanese house style aquarium. I read somewhere that this was an idea they've been wanting to do since Sonic 1.
Okay. Not working.
Okay.
What should we do?
Well, we'll carry on, and then hopefully we'll give it some time, and it'll work.
Wee.
In this house,
We go home.
we respect nothing.
Okay, oh no.
Okay, in the chat, vote with your comments. Who do we blame, God or Satan for this?
Or Vector.
Yeah. Victor.
Victor.
Vector or Victor. Or Big the Vector.
Smooth's the cat.
Oh, heck.
People are just saying Ted.
Oh!
It's not.
Ted has gotten so much shit.
I don't know
I
why.
don't know why. I love Ted. No, I don't. I like Ted.
Oh shit.
You know what? I hate Ted.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm
It
gonna.
was a joke continuing.
I know.
Am I gonna get to the top? Am I gonna get to the top? I'm gonna drown. I'm gonna drown. I drowned. I love the fact that they had a full orchestra do the drowning music in this game.
Ooh. He asked if we want to try Discord.
He has Discord?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Might get an extra-
Well, I mean, we can just put it on give him my Discord, have Mad Me, and then we can do it at direct call because we'll just keep using the phone.
Oh, you can. Wait, what?
Yeah, you can give.
I don't know how to do that.
What do you know how to do?
Wow, okay.
Okay, TJ, I will send you the link to our Discord.
Okay. Send it to Gareth.
Okay, send it to Gareth's Discord.
No, tweet it at him.
Okay.
Or not tweet it, but you know what I mean.
Send it to me on Skype.
Now, I'll publicly tweet it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure people love all this behind the scenes shit. Serious question, people in the chat, because this is like, what is with all the Ted hate? Better be joking, because if it's not, I'm going to turn this car around and there'll be no cake and juice for anyone.
Okay, I just DM'd it to Gareth.
Okay.
I am really far behind on donations.
Oh no.
Okay. 1 second. You know, guys, I'm going to take a quick... We're just going to go for just 1 second.
Okay.
I can't get it working.
Oh man, I've never played this game with the GameCube controller before. Also, whoa, there's a delay.
Is it really?
Yeah, look, listen to how much time there is between me pressing it and when he jumps. There's like a 0.10 second delay. Alright, that's annoying.
It's just a bit.
Okay, so what's going on? Where did we leave off?
Okay, well, hold on. Let me read this $10 donation. Cloud Lightning donated $10 and said, "Hey guys, I apologize. It took me years to finally donate to one of these charity events. Ever since the Zeldathon for another channel we all know. Anyway, I'm happy to donate to such a great cause, and I really want to say, FTA, when you were still with that other Fire channel, you were the reason why I watched Sonic LPs there. Your laugh is so contagious that it made my day so many times, and this is also why I'm more of a fan of FTCR than HFC nowadays. TJ, I swear your improv as Shrek and company makes me laugh so hard to the point where my friends think I'm insane. Good. Also, and then we have a question for Ian, so I will just wait to tell him that."
I'm glad the level's over because I just embarrassed the shit out of myself with that playing.
Meh. It's not like... At least you didn't die. Gareth's died a lot.
I did die.
At least you didn't die multiple times. Gareth did that a lot.
I died within 10 seconds of playing.
At least you didn't get lost. Gareth did that a lot.
I got lucky.
This is kind of an interesting aesthetic for these levels.
Yeah, why do you think what they went with the I think this is the first time I've ever seen Sonic in like a Japanese themed level. Like even the egg pawns have like katanas and stuff.
Isn't there some sort of like no, I guess that's more like a China isn't there like a Chinese like portion of Unleashed?
Oh, China. Well, yeah, there's China, but that's in a world adventure. But yeah, okay, so I guess there is sort of some type of Asian influence, but
yeah, but I know what you mean. Plus, I kind of like that that they're like surrounded by this aquarium. That's not scary at all.
I don't know. I mean, like you already had to, in order to get here, you already had to overcome your fear of taking an elevator for 6 hours all the way up into space.
Yeah.
So, I think by that point you're like, what's water gonna do? I could just drown in space. Oh no, because we already established that there's air in space, because Sonic can breathe just fine in space.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, there we go. That was an easy level. Any luck with him? Are you texting him?
Well, I ain't, because Gareth took his phone, so...
Oh, who are you talking to?
That's what I was saying. I'm tweeting him, so...
Oh, okay. This has gone well.
It went okay for the most part.
It's better than the Mike Pollock stream. Oh! There's no spin dash. That's weird. It's weird playing a 2D Sonic with no spin dash.
I don't think I would like that.
Have you ever played Colors?
No.
There's only a handful of Sonic games you've played.
I've only played 7 Sonic games. 1 and 2, Adventure 1 and 2, Heroes, Spinball, and Generations. None of which I've ever beat.
That was great. That was great. I did a good thing there. I can't wait for the chat to tell me how good I was. Especially at that, too. Alright, Gareth, well, here, you take the controller because I'm sucking. So.
And it died.
Mr. Smoothie's not supposed to do that.
You're also supposed to not be drunk, but...
I guess we're both disappointments, aren't we? Nope. Dead. Okay. So, boys and girls, we're going to try and get Ian Flynn back. First, I have to go and take care of something.
He said he's booting it up, so I'll send you the info.
sent them. Yeah, I sent him our link to the Discord. Oh shit! I think he's pushing me down. I have to keep going down, straight down. Go up. Oh, that's just fun. That's just fun. Any questions for anyone?
Yeah, there was a very nice comment to you and I, and then there was a question for Ian at the end of it, so I didn't read that.
What was the one I missed then?
Okay, I'll just reread it. It's a guy. Hey guys, I apologize. It took me years to finally donate to one of these charity events ever since the Zeldathon for another channel we all know. Anyway, I'm happy to donate to such a great cause, and I just want to say, FTA, when you were still with that other Fire channel, you were the reason why I watched the Sonic LPs there. Your laugh is so contagious that it made my day so many times, and this is also why I'm more of a fan of FTCR than HFC nowadays.
Because of his laugh?
I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much. I think Smoothie's laugh might have surpassed it.
That's true.
Well, no, because you and I have gotten so many comments about how much they like your laugh and my laugh. I'm thinking about going. Or I think I already told you about this, but
What about doing a 06 laugh track version?
I was going to do a super cut of every single time you and I do our big bellows. I think that would be great.
Yeah, that can work.
Why not?
That can work. Let's just do as many different super cuts of the 06 LP as we can.
Yeah.
It's the only good content we have on our channel anyway.
Yep. Someone said it's S tier laughter. That's mine.
I love you, folks. Sounds like Scratch having a stroke.
Damn it! That was not staged.
That was perfect.
I need more alcohol.
Mwah.
Alright.
Okay. When were we supposed to end colors? Did I undershoot my time frame?
8:30.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen. People in the chat, I may have to use the time allocated for R and Flicky for this, but I will get colors done.
Really? You're not even close to being done?
On I got the 2 more walls to do after this.
Oh, okay.
It's weird. I must have calculated. I obviously did calculate wrong, and I apologize for that. We may have to use up the time we have for Flicky and Sonic R, but I know Johnny's. Basically, I want to make sure we're done with this before Johnny starts. I know.
Okay.
Doesn't MBF have a game?
Yeah,
as well?
9:30.
Okay, we want to make sure we're done by. If we have time after this, we will. I might bust out Flicky first. That's easier for me to play, and then we can play that for a bit, and then we will find time, maybe tomorrow, to do Sonic R.
Okay.
Again, I do apologize to everyone for the.
Alright, he added you. So what do I?
I just call him.
I don't know.
Let me try.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, just press the go button.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you. Let me see if how do you do like speaker? Do you know?
There should be a speaker option. Oh, I don't. Maybe we need smoothies here. Oh, Ian, please try speaking now. Oh, nope. Oh, wait, okay, try that.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
put
There
your
we
speaker. Okay. Discord, you have to press a few more buttons to get speaker than on Skype. And that's why Discord sucks. So I have to press an extra button.
It'll hear you. We've already had enough problems. All right. Good. Glad we got you back, Ian.
We have to wait.
Good to be back.
We had to talk amongst ourselves and we hate each other. That's good. You're back.
It was pretty bad. It got ugly there.
Okay, so crap.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Maybe, I'm wondering if we're being picked up because Discord works a little different than Skype does.
Picked up by what?
Hold on, let me.
Picked up in the call.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be because the laptop we're using is not signed into our Discord.
No, what I'm saying is that Discord has the voice activity to activate the mic, and I don't think when we're holding the phone far away, it's being picked up.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Okay, I'll just do this. All right, there. That should be able to pick us up now.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
All good.
Can you hear us, Ian?
I can hear one of you.
Said you can hear one of us.
Which one? Because if it's TJ, we got a problem.
I can hear whoever's talking. When nobody's talking, I can't say who I hear.
Steven, you may have to come and hold that button.
I got it.
No, but if you're gonna read donations, unless Steven, you wanna read donations? Oh, you got two. He's got two phones.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing this whole time.
So Ian, you can hear us.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So while we were having while God was toying with us, I believe we got a donation in which is addressed to you.
Yeah, we do have a question for you. This person donated $10 and it was a bunch of stuff. And then they said also,
I've
I've already said it twice. Ian, I'm a very big fan of your writing, and what are your thoughts on IDW doing Sonic next year?
It sounds exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hashtag no one smile.
Possibly.
Ah, there it is.
Ian, can I ask you a question?
Ask about IDW and see if he says something different this time.
Also, Steven, don't ask him a question that makes the universe hate us.
Right? So, Ian, how did it come to be that you wrote an episode or two for Sonic Boom?
That one was... We were launching the Sonic Boom comic around the time Worlds Unite was being put together. And Bill Freeberger, who's one of the producers on Sonic Boom, and a few other of the writers from the show got to do scripts for the comic. And the editor at the time, Paul Kaminsky, showed off what I was doing with Worlds Unite and managing all the franchises and building this giant sweeping epic. And Mr. Freeberger was extremely impressed, or so I'm told, and said, let's give him a shot at doing a couple episodes for Boom. If he can do this, maybe he can do TV. So I pitched a whole bunch of story ideas. We picked out the ones that seemed the strongest. There was back and forth and refinement, and the rest is history.
Are you allowed to talk about the ones that weren't chosen? Or are those under NDA?
I am honestly not sure.
Okay,
And,
it's probably best not to.
what
then.
may not have been good for Season 2 might be good for Season 3. So
Yeah.
we'll just leave it at that for now.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. I hope you return to do more.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. It was an absolute blast.
And I believe this morning was Evan Stanley's episode.
Oh, did that air today?
I think it was either today or last Saturday, but I know it should have aired by now. I think 3
Well,
men.
congrats to her.
Yeah, 3 Men and a Baby, I think is the title of it.
Ian, you said the words Season 3. Does that mean it's confirmed? Season 3 confirmed, boys!
Hopeful.
Yeah.
We got 2 more donations. We got a $5 donation from Goldstorm07. So the paycheck came in, so I can donate one more time before Sonython. I wanted to ask a question to our buddy Ian. There are a lot of characters used in the Sonic comics, like Bean and Mighty, who really didn't have any, character. what was it like scripting the personalities of these guys, and was there any trouble from Sega in creating their personalities? On a more serious note, Ian, how many Funko Pops do you own?
First one, the easiest one, none. I'm not a big fan of the Funkos. Obviously, I'm in the minority because those things sell like hotcakes, but, you know, whatever.
Ian, no, I hate those things. Thank you.
Steven has never felt more attracted to Ian than right now.
Well, yeah, at first I'm like, oh.
I will say, when they do stuff that is kind of like peripheral, like the invisible jet that the Wonder Woman will fit into, or the DeLorean that the Marty McFly will fit into, those are kind of cute. But overall, not a huge fan.
Generally, I don't like him, but I will say, just because they haven't had any good merchandise for years, I did break and buy the Mega Man and Proto Man Pops. Just because they've had like no merchandise for like a decade.
That's how they get you. It's because they do all these franchises that have been languishing for so long. They know. Anyway. Characters with no previous characterization. Mostly I go off of any obscure trivia that I can find and work off of, like Mighty being described as a kind of gentle giant type, or I go off of gameplay, which in Bean's case, considering one of his regular moves is to just repeatedly peck you in the face with this wide-eyed stare. That ball ain't right. So that's how I wrote him.
We have a very special question for you.
So, because going off things in character profiles, I think some of our fans might know that we recently LP'd Knuckles Chaotix, and in the Japanese manual for Knuckles Chaotix, it describes Vector as going on a epic quest to find God. Did you ever have any plans to tackle Vector's religious experiences in the book?
What you gotta understand is he already found God, alright? And what God said was, Victor, you're so freaking amazing. Look how handsome you are. You're like my perfect creation. You have to go out into the world and do good. And that's totally why he became a private detective. It's not because the correspondence course to be a plumber failed and that his mom kicked him out and that he never could find that computer room. It's because God told him, alright? That's why he's a detective.
That's amazing!
Hot take. You heard it here first.
Vector finding God is indeed canon to the Sonic universe. So Ian, during this run, we've been having incentives like to unlock new games or decide what games get played. Like tomorrow, I'm either going to play Sonic 4 Episode 1 or Episode 2, depending on what's winning by the end of today. As a joke, on the first day, we put an incentive to have Vector find God, and people donated enough money where, thanks to Platformania, Vector found God.
What can I say? The big one, he works in mysterious ways.
Oh my god, when you were doing that Vector voice, my face lit up like Christmas. By far, Vector is my favorite character in Sonic.
Because TJ is very religious, and so is Victor.
We also have a $5 donation from Garp, who says, another $5, put this towards Sonic and Tails in Sonic Mania, please. And a question for Ian, if that's okay. It's not. Sorry if it's been asked, but I was curious if you could tell us about how you got the idea for the egg bosses after the Genesis wave, and what kind of ideas there were going forward for them before the comic was canceled.
Don't want to get into too much detail on that right now, just because everything is so fresh and the future is kind of murky. Mm-hmm. But in terms of how they were conceptualized, I knew right from the get-go I wanted to do 12 of them so you can have Eggman's dozen. That's an easy joke right there. I also wanted to do what I had already done with the Dark Egg Legion and have all the villains consolidated under Eggman so that there was no question who the big bad was. From there, it became a matter cast and a villain to face that wasn't always Eggman. So we could keep telling these fresh stories that moved along bit by bit, and we could tell stories forever that way. And then it became, all right, so let's go region by region. And trying to remember how each one came into being. I know Thunderbolt was initially not a chinchilla. I think I was going for more of I think it was Aztec-themed Jaguar, an actual serious villain. And then Aaliyah said, well, why don't you do something that's off the beaten path and have an egg boss that's super adorable, but also the most vicious of them all? And it's like, that's brilliant. And batted that around, and that's how Thunderbolt came into being. All the egg bosses have some nuance to them, but Thunderbolt is just straight up evil. Cassia and Chloe, I think, originated from editor Paul Kaminsky wanting some sympathetic egg bosses and tasked Aaliyah with creating them. And when we were comparing notes, we set them in the North American region to go up against Lupe so that she would have an interesting Shades of Grey villain to go up against. It's very quiet. Am I still connected?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're just enthralled by your
I don't
words.
want to be talking into the air again. The two poles, play with the killer whales, revise Rotor's backstory with Tundra. Australia's full of such wonderful, horrible monsters. I figured why not go with Thylacine? Because why not? Those are cool. Conquering Storm was one of the few things we could bring over because she was 100%. Well, I don't want to say 100% mine because Aaliyah did the design for her, but
Yeah.
safe character. She was hugely popular, so that only made sense. I never got to do anything with Diesel in the old continuity, so more or less fresh coat of paint, turn him into a water buffalo. That's Axel.
Yeah.
Lord Hood. Trying to think. Oh, Lord Hood was a little bit of a nod to Arthurian legend, because all of Europe was going to be this kind of mishmash, vague European countries, but with a Arthurian overtone. Where else? At that point, I kind of ran out of landmass. Oh, no, Middle East, so we had Nephis there to have that super gray area, especially with the Desert Raiders. And then, since I'd run out of landmasses, you pop in the Battlebird Armada to control the skies, and then you had Windy Witchcart to handle magical affairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, to think about it. Looking for new donations.
So, Ian, was there any ever thing when you were maybe trying to bring over something from a more recent game where Sega were like, no, don't use that?
It depended on the era, to be honest.
Okay.
We were going to bring in Cream and Omega way earlier than they ended up appearing, and we're told, no, they weren't accessible at the time. I did ask about Nephilus at one point and was told, no, he's dead. So that's a good reason.
Oh, so Sega told you he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. I mean, he got snuffed out of existence. You can't get much more dead than that.
Oh, no, I mean, like, that's just good, because that means that they won't try to bring him back in anything.
If he's in forces, you should be mad, Ian.
Finds a way.
Life finds a way.
I bet when Infinite takes off that mask, it was Nephilus all along.
No!
Nephilus, how does that make any sense? Let me tell you, it's timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
He got feet and the power went straight to his head.
Hey, when when Sonic was when Shadow was fighting Mephiles didn't have a nose or feet, so it wasn't really a fair fight now, was it?
Tell me, Shadow, how can you defeat someone with no feet?
Amazing.
He's just picking on him. Oh, come on, don't you drown.
And then Shadow said to Mephiles, "Hey, that's enough lip from you."
Oh!
Because he has no mouth.
Thank you, Stephen, for that clarification. We all made fun of Mia during the Colours LP. I'm no better than she was. Aquarium Park should not be this hard.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, that means Ian didn't hear my no lip comment.
I think he did. Can you still hear us?
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's a drill wisp. I can use that to get close to the thing. Oh, it's gone. That's fine. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Or miss it.
Thank
Oh,
God
there it
for
is.
that. Jesus. Okay, so personal best 7 minutes.
So Ian, what's your favorite food?
Cheeseburgers.
There we go. What? Just plain cheese, or like what additional toppings?
A little bit of ketchup and mustard, but give me a good slice of cheddar. Well done beef. We're good. We're golden. Don't get into that rabbit food my way. Just give me that heart attack on a bun.
A man after my own clogged arteries. So Ian, we're going to ask you a question that has divided people for centuries. Chicago and New York style pizza.
Judiciously calzone.
It's not on the approved answer list, but I'll allow it.
Alternatively, why pizza when there is burger?
So now I'm starting to understand why you got the right Jughead.
Well, no. See, that understand on pizza. When you say New York or Chicago, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not both?
Porque los dos. I was actually sitting here and I was waiting for Ian to be like, I don't really like pizza, and then just have your whole world shattered.
I just go burn all my.
I didn't eat it until very recently.
What?
I just never had a taste for it, and broke my heart because my heroes, the Ninja Turtles, they ate pizza all the time, but just didn't have a taste for it.
You didn't have the what for it?
It just was not appealing.
The taste for it.
The taste, yeah.
Steven has this very confused look on his face.
We are all very confused right now.
I have seen the light. I have been shown the error of my ways.
That's just like, it's like saying you've never loved.
Wait. Maybe this is why he doesn't like Spider-Man 2.
Because he didn't have his peaches at the beginning. I saw those peaches like this movie's not for me.
Wait a minute. Have you watched Spider-Man 2 post-pizza? Because maybe that'll change.
I sat through the whole thing. I paid money. I might as well sit through it.
I'm just saying, because like maybe now that you've seen the light with pizza, maybe things will be different, Ian. Maybe the rose-colored glasses are on now.
Why, was there a director's cut that made it better?
There is actually, yeah. It's called Spider-Man 2.1, I think, which adds some We really just add additional scenes. So if you thought Spider-Man 2 was too long to begin with, maybe don't watch that version.
So yeah, this is a game.
Yeah, legally, yes, it's a game.
From a legal standpoint?
From a legal standpoint, yes, Sonic Colors is indeed a game.
You guys have gone all robot-y on me again.
Uh-oh.
He knows too much, he must be assimilated.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Your phone switched. Oh, never mind. You were on LTE anyway.
So, Ian, cook up a card.
Neither.
Janeway, I respect that.
Are you still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Yeah, we're still here. Can you not hear us?
Ian, can you hear us? Hello?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Oh, okay, there it goes.
So, Ian, cook up a card.
Sorry?
Kirk or Picard?
Kurt. Oh, okay.
On the one hand, Kirk never had to deal with Q.
Ha!
On the other hand, I don't think Picard could have handled the two-fisted diplomacy like Kirk did. I think it's really up to the eras that they're from.
So Janeway.
Look, when you're tossed into the Delta Quadrant with scripts that bad, there's only so much you could do. What about Cisco? Nobody remembers Cisco.
I like Cisco.
Garrett said he liked Cisco.
I like
I
Cisco.
took my hand off the button.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched much Deep Space Nine or Voyager in quite a few years. I'm currently making the rounds rewatching Next Gen, but from what I remember of Deep Space Nine, I enjoyed it.
I think that's the one I watched the most of, or it seems to be the one I've retained the most of, which isn't a lot, but...
Yeah.
Ian, have you mustered the courage to check out Riverdale?
I tried watching the first episode a bit. Not my cup of tea.
That leads me to my next question. Do you like it? But you said no, so...
Never mind.
Never mind.
I know that a lot of other people do, and it's already got renewed for, 2 or 3 seasons?
I think season 2 was approved. I mean, I gamed over in Sonic Colors. I didn't think it was possible. Me and Jonathan like watch it because it's kind of it's.
Give the mouse on the screen.
Have that been in the whole time?
I don't know.
Game over was here.
I know.
Why wasn't it centered?
It's really just like, I mean, it seems almost redundant to say this because it's a CW show, but it's really just like an over-the-top soap opera, where sometimes logic is thrown out the window in regards to ending on a shock, and in that regards, it's kind of enjoyable.
I've heard a lot of people say that it's kind of a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I think that is probably the best way to describe it. And the fact that it took 13 episodes, though, to show Jughead eating a burger on camera, I'm like, do you even know what show you're working on? How dare you? I like that there was, after episode 4 or 5, there was a trending topic on Twitter. It's like, why hasn't he eaten a burger yet? What is going on?
Riverfail.
I haven't heard that yet.
Okay, we got a $20 donation from Frack Tape, and it says, "I am the Frack Tape man. I'm in it for the PS4. Get me." And he put his Twitter handle.
You got it, fam. Oh, here we go. I think Asteroid Coaster. I love the music for this.
It's the Great Space Coaster.
So good.
This is one of my favorite mini stages, the one where you're on some planetary rings and you just smash the ever-living crap out of a
motorbug. Yeah. Ian, so over the space of half an hour, you said things to make all of us love you even more. That is possibly my favorite mini-act in the entire game. I love it. It's so much fun.
That's true. He did say the vector thing. I forgot. I was like, what did he say that I loved? Oh yeah, the vector thing.
Have you forgotten me already, my child?
Oh God, yes.
My child.
Vector called me his child.
You've got me imagining him just dressed as a vicar now.
No,
Yes.
Ian, no joke. Once that was broken, somebody on Twitter drew that. They drew for us. They drew Victor as a priest, and it's like one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. In general, I think the Chaotix is one of those things where there's such dumb characters, but damn, I love them so much.
Yeah. The Chaotix are great. I'm glad that people are starting to see the light. Which character do you feel is unappreciated?
Big the cat, obviously.
Okay.
I don't know. I think now that we have the Sonic Twitter account, talking about Big every 6 seconds. I think now, and obviously with Big Fishing Adventure, I don't really think you can say he's underappreciated anymore. I think now he's kind of overappreciated for what he was.
Forget. Sorry, Vector. There's a new god now. It's Big.
Get it? It's Big.
He's ascended to a level that no meme has come before.
It's true. It kind of is. Speaking of Ian, did you when they put up the trial for it last year, I believe, did you check out Big's Big Fishing Adventure 3?
I didn't actually know what it was. I didn't realize that it was like a full-on fan game with like official voices and whatnot. So, no, I didn't even know. I was kind of under the radar on that one. And then there was a show at Sonic and Sega Fan Jam last year where there was a whole panel devoted to it. And it's like, oh yeah, we got Mike Pollock and all these people. And I'm like, oh, how did I not know this?
It's so weird that there's in Lego Dimensions, when you go to the Sonic open world, every character has a basically most of Sonic's supporting characters are there, and they offer missions. The mission for Big is called Big's Big Fishing Adventure 4. That's how big that game got. Like an officially licensed Sonic game references it, and that's kind of crazy.
That is absolutely magnificent.
I know, right?
If recognition is power, then a god am I.
Something about Big quoting the Riddler, I think, is the funniest thing ever. Can we get a Sonic version of Batman Forever where it's Vector and Big teaming up as the Riddler and Two-Face?
Well, who is who?
Well, obviously Big would be the Riddler.
Well, I was gonna say Vector.
Riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big purple cat?
Ian, I have a complaint.
Oh no! Oh damn it! Okay.
Are you ready for my complaint, Ian?
Go for it.
You never put Gareth and I in body bags in your comic. You promised us.
The book was canceled before I could get to it. What 300 was going to be.
He had the arc all planned out.
Hey man, you had 3 years.
Everything's set in motion already, Steven.
Ian, I have to say this might be just me being completely narcissistical, and if it is, I apologize. Now I know there is a Mega Man spin-off character called Gareth, and in World Unite, when that character appears, part of people was like, did he put that in for me? Because that's also my name. Or was that a coincidence?
Would it make you happy if I said yes?
Please, it's the only reason my wife married me. Please say yes.
Is she listening right now?
No, she's not, but I can record
Just say yes!
Fine, yes, of course.
In your face, Stephen. I got it in the book you don't read.
Hashtag knowing smile.
But I want it to be in a body bag. Goodbye.
Stephen, come back.
That was Steven dissatisfied with the fact that he is still alive in Sonic's world.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing you've done with you did with both Mega Man and Sonic is you took one character that I never really put much stock in. Dude, how do I die falling upward? That's dumb. That I never put too much stock in, and they became some of my favorites. I think with Mega Man, I told you it was Proto Man, and with Sonic, it was clearly Bean the Duck. Because I mean, just the crazy shit you'd have him say was just always so entertaining.
That's what made Bean so terrifying to write after a point, is because people expected everything for him to say to be the lulz, and you have to deliver, and that's tricky to do on command.
So, in the guy, and I think it was Great Chaos Capo 1 is the issue where for like a few pages all of his dialogue is upside down.
Yep.
Part two.
Part two. Okay. Was that a idea you'd had for a while? You were like, I need to find the best place to use this, or was that just thought up with when writing that issue?
That was a momentary lapse of sanity on my part at that moment. I'm like, is this joke too dumb to get away with? Let's find out.
Let's find out. Oh, okay.
Okay, we have another question for all of us this time, but at Mageth donated $25 and said, "Hi guys, I haven't been able to catch much of this due to work, but I'm here now. Been tuning into these charity streams since you guys started, and I always try to catch them every year. Question for everyone: where do you recommend starting in the Archie Sonic comics? Thanks. Please put this towards the Switch raffle," and they gave their contact information.
Well, I think as we have the writer, I think he's obviously we start with Ian.
Yeah.
It depends on how devoted you want to be with it. I would say either Volume 1 or Volume 2 of the trades. Volume 1 is very continuity heavy in that it's the transition from the old continuity to the new, and there's the lingering memories subplot that I am not a fan of. If you want to just jump into some good old-fashioned rollicking Sonic fun, I'd say grab Volume 2. Most of what you need from Sonic 1 is covered in the expository dialogue, and from there it's just smooth sailing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking just to get fun arcs, I can't recommend Scourge Lockdown more. Scourge Lockdown is one of my favorite things you've ever written. It's so much fun.
And that was a risky venture, let me tell you. Let's devote 4 months of the comic to green knockoff Sonic and the completely forgettable side villains to another side villain. How could that go wrong?
Ian, please don't ever refer to Smalls the Cat as a forgettable side villain ever again. He's the most important character in the canon. Yeah, Stephen, in the book there's a character called Scourge who was an evil Sonic who kind of painted himself green to stand out.
I know who Scourge is.
And there's an arc where he gets sent to prison, and his roommate, sorry, his cellmate, is a character called Smalls the Cat, who is a tiny cat who repeatedly just beats the shit out of him.
Wait,
in prison.
when was that written?
Ian, do you know? Can you remember when Scourge Lockdown was the year Lockdown was written?
I think it'd be 5 years ago now, maybe 6.
Small.
Maybe longer. Jeez, I don't remember.
Small's the cat.
Smalls the Cat. It's a tiny. Yep.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah.
And Scourge was in prison, and he kept getting beaten.
By Smalls the Cat.
That's pretty messed up, but yeah.
He deserved it. He was a jerk.
Who wrote that?
Ian did.
Ian, what the fuck, dude? Do you not? Hold on, wait. Is it because you think Scourge is a bad character, so you just wanted to beat the shit out of him?
He's evil. He deserved it.
No, I mean, like, do you think he's a bad character?
No, Scourge is a runaway success in multiple ways. Because you can either take him as a serious character study of Sonic. What happens when you take someone with that much ego and power, but remove the moral compass? Or he works as a lampoon because, he's evil and he's Sonic, but he's green. He's my total original OC. He's so serious, you guys. Look how grim and evil he is.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
No matter how you take him, he works.
Yep. That's what I'm hoping in Forces we can just make Scourge a bunch.
I'm very curious about how many customization options you can get with the Hedgehog character.
Yeah.
We have another donation. Trevor Sakamoto donated $5 and said, "Hey guys, this is once again Power Up 9114, and I'm finally able to watch more streams after a long week of work. Congrats on breaking so many goals over this past week, and I could not be happier and honored to be part of an amazing community. Put this donation towards the E-Tank raffle, and my contact is blah, blah, blah. One last question/request for Mr. Flynn. Could you give a birthday shout-out to my friend Joey, whose birthday is all day, every day?"
Happy birthday, Joey, today, tomorrow, and in the future.
We did it! Bada bing! Oh my god. It's canon now.
It's
when
canon now.
When you think about it.
Ian Flynn has confirmed that Joey's birthday is all day, every day.
Oh, now I remember what I was going to say. Ian, is there any, video game franchise that isn't necessarily in comic book form already, but one that you would have particular interest in writing for?
I would love to tackle Star Fox.
Ooh.
Yes! That would be so good.
Sorry, I got excited. I never get excited, so I'm not used to it.
Steven has no soul or heart. That was very impressive.
I mean, I've got this thing plotted out, start to finish, from the 64 run to Dinosaur Planet to Assault to Command. I know exactly what I want to do with it. And I just need to be given complete creative control with absolutely no oversight, and we'll be fine.
Ian, going off from that, are you aware of, or have you seen the internet animated short My Name Is Not Star Fox?
No, that's a line from it.
Oh, what's the show called?
It's
A Fox in Space, I think.
A Fox in
Yeah.
Space. Ian, have you seen that?
Is that the heavily rotoscoped one?
It looks rose.
Yeah.
They have very humanish
Proportions.
It kind of looks like Don Bluth, doesn't it?
I know.
In passing, yeah, okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, is there more than one episode?
No.
He's working on it. I think he's working on episode 2 at the moment.
It's just the one guy doing all the animation, right?
I believe it's one guy doing the majority of it, if not all of it. Very impressive for one guy.
So,
I just like the writing in it.
yeah, I mean, in that regard right there, that labor of love is just absolutely astounding. I'm not sure if it's my preferred iteration of Star Fox, but it's interesting. Like, I watched it, walked away from it going, I've seen it now, and then couldn't stop thinking about it for a while, and I'm not sure why. So, but, you know, the amount of love and clear passion he's put into it is humbling. So, yeah, more power to him.
Ian, do you think we'll ever get a new Star Fox game that's not just Star Fox 64 again?
I don't know at this point. I'm almost willing to let him give up. Although we did get Star Fox 2 out of the blue, officially now.
We did, yeah.
Ian, if they give up on it, maybe that means they won't care as much about it, which means they'll let you do what you want with it and pay you.
Yeah.
That's how it works, right?
Gareth, are you
Why not?
serious?
I'm always serious, Stephen. TJ, whichever one you are.
The one with the face.
I hate the one with the face.
It's funny that you say you have it all planned out for Star Fox, because I too have it all planned out.
Oh, we're gonna get dueling Star Fox comics.
No, we're just going to have to meet on the mountaintop, Highlander style.
There can be only one.
What?
Yeah.
Can't we
Yep.
just work together?
He hasn't seen Highlander, Ian. You're at an advantage there. Cut his head off. Cut his head off.
What makes Star Fox?
So you say you'll have yourself a Star Fox comic. So do I. There can only be one. Choose your weapon.
Guys, we just been Scourge McDuck is here.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I choose the gun.
Scrooge McDuck is here. Oh, what the fudge happened there?
Gareth has never played Colors before.
I've never played a video game. What am I doing? So, Ian, speaking of, like, were you ever a Ducktales fan? Like, there's the reboot which started today. How to play. What the hell? I'm not gonna jump anymore. I'm not ready for that. Ian, so yeah, were you a Ducktales fan, and were you at all looking forward to do, because I know like John Gray was because obviously he works on all the Disney books for IDW. Was DuckTales a thing you were looking forward to coming back?
Absolutely. Was a big fan of the show when I was little, and man, if you can get John Gray at any point and just kind of ask him in passing, so John, tell me about the history of the Carl Barks Ducks dynasty. He will fill a solid 2 hours, and you will be wrapped start to finish. If the man could start a college course on just the fictional history of ducks, I would take it. It's just mesmerizing. So the fact that he is super excited about it and all the nuance that is going way over my head has made me even more excited for it.
Nice. Because I know for a while we've wanted to get him on Sonic Says, so maybe we'll be like, we can talk about Sonic, but really we'll talk about DuckTales. Maybe that's the way we can get him.
I'm actually.
Get him talking about anything with animation history. It's fascinating. Like, he can tell you things about Scooby-Doo that you didn't even know you cared about.
Ooh.
Okay. I mean, can you tell us about Scooby-Doo meeting Fred Flintstone?
Oh God, no,
I'm joking.
Don't even.
That's a reference to a really bad joke he made yesterday. And by bad, I mean too adult for this stream.
Those two adults for life.
Well, I could just bounce up there. I'm an idiot. Okay. So, Ian, favorite Wisp from colors.
If we're just saying just colors, probably Drill.
Okay.
Because it's so much fun to tunnel everywhere, and I already love the fact that you can infinite jump underwater, but the fact that you can turn into a spinning torpedo underwater is extra fun. I really want to love Frenzy, but it's just so unwieldy sometimes that it kind of takes some of the fun out of it.
It's funny you say that, because I'm controlling Frenzy now and in 3D. Frenzy was not designed to work in 3D.
It wasn't designed to work.
Not especially, no. I was really disappointed with Lost World in that there's like a couple of stages where you can do drill underwater, but they make it 3D. And I think it was with the gyro controls, and that's unplayable.
Yeah, well, thankfully they released a patch for Lost World which lets you do every single Wisp with just like a gamepad. Because yeah, that original version of Lost World was terrible with the Wisps.
Yeah, I had already gotten through enough of the game at that point.
Yeah, you know, as a writer, and I assume a stickler of continuity, what do you feel just the fact that they keep bringing Wisps back, even though they for story-wise, they really shouldn't be back?
Well, some of them stayed behind because the planet was cool. I mean, are you going to say that you could count every single possible Wisp beaming the planet back?
I would, you know, I might argue the fact that that's kind of what the ending of Colors implies when Yaka says, like, we all need to go.
Well, if they've got the power to transport an entire bloody planet back out of orbit to wherever it was before, individually they should have the power to just come back to Sonic's world.
Well, Gareth, what do you think about all the Wisps that you find are still encapsulated? Maybe those are just some that Eggman still has. And for no reason, scatters all across the world for no reason.
Eggman's a jerk.
Eggman's an idiot. Ian, what do you think about the evils that Iizuka has unleashed by saying that Sonic just travels between his world and the human world whenever he wants?
I think we asked that when you weren't here.
Oh, okay.
You did, yeah, but...
Well, I want to know what he has to say. Briefly.
Well, I actually had to laugh when that became public knowledge because we've been working under that knowledge for a while. But it was under documents that were, you know, given to us confidentially, so I couldn't say, "Hey guys, guess what I just found out?" It's not something we acknowledged in the comic or ever dealt with, and I'm assuming that if when the IDW book comes up, that's what they'll be working under. So, personally, I think it raises more questions than are necessary, but it also opens up a lot of story potential, and I love filling in those little, you know, plot holes. So,
Ian,
on the one hand, it's kind of fun.
Ian, how did Angel Island get to the human world?
Chaos Control.
Why?
Ian, that's your answer for everything.
A wizard did it.
A wizard with Chaos Control. What do you want?
So I mean, it's weird because like, it's never stated. You know, I'm glad it's never been stated in the game. So it's just every once in a while, Sonic and one or two of his friends just decide to go to Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
How did the ancient Echidna tribe? Why are they in the human world?
Because they had wizards with Chaos Control. We've covered this.
No, Ian. The only acceptable answer is it's wrong.
Wrong.
He can't say that. Even if he believes it.
He's under NDA.
By himself.
What? He goes into Sega and they're like...
There's no wrong answers. There's only story potential.
They're like, you told them about the Chaos Wizards. you're fired!
Sonic Forces is ruined! The Chaos Wizards. You know what? I don't... That's something I can actually see Sega doing at one point. Chaos... Because they never have explained where the Chaos Emeralds came from. So, sure, Chaos Wizards makes as much sense as nothing. I'd prefer nothing, but sure, why not Chaos Wizards? So I mean, obviously, I'm not asking. You know, I don't want you to divulge information. But have you? So, given those documents, were you ever given other like kind of behind the scenes info about the kind of the way Sonic's world works that just haven't been made public yet? That certain people might like to know. Because, I mean, you know, we're all friends, Ian. We're all friends. You can trust us. No one's listening except for everyone on the stream.
Documentation over the years, yes.
Oh, cool. Hashtag no and smile.
Let me put it this way. I think I can say this safely because we did the tie-in for Sonic Unleashed, and for the tie-in, we were basically just going to do the intro cinematic without Chip because they didn't want us to reveal Chip yet.
Okay.
So I got a super high-res version of the FMV file or whatever. So I got to see the Sonic Unleashed intro months before anybody else did.
Nice.
And I'm sitting there watching, all of it unfold with the space battle and Eggman and the Egg Dragoon, and then he's got Sonic, and then Sonic turns super, and he's tearing up ships through space, and he's knocking down doors, and I'm like, this is it. We're back on track, baby. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. And then Super Sonic gets trapped, and it's like, holy crap, Eggman just caught Super Sonic. And then Werehog happened. I'm just staring at my computer going, why?
We were so close.
Why did this happen? They were so close! And then Werehog grew on me over time, but the initial reaction was just like, why?
One second, Ian.
What's up? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I see.
No.
Okay.
All right, we're good. You know what? I'm glad Ian said that because that's how I feel about that cutscene too. I feel like if you just like leave it like right before that, you're just like, yeah, I can get behind this.
So, Ian, would you have preferred Unleashed if it was Sonic and Knuckles 2 and Knuckles was the Werehog?
Absolutely. I mean, as much as I've come to enjoy the Werehog as I don't want to call it a character, but a thing, if they wanted to have a brawling character to pad out the game, you've got Knuckles.
Or Bach the
Now,
Polar
I
Bear.
can understand why they would want to keep Sonic in that capacity, because otherwise it would have been Knuckles Unleashed with Sonic, which would have been hilarious. But, it's use what you've got before we start making up stuff.
That's a good, yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, we have 10 minutes before.
Yep.
For what?
When Mechi's supposed to start.
Six.
8. No, 6, yeah. I
6:15.
I really undershot how much I thought this game would take me. I may have to start skipping cutscenes now, unfortunately, but we should be, if I can just beat this guy, I should be able to do Terminal Velocity and the final boss. Oh. I should kill him, hopefully. Okay. I have never had Rocket glitch through the machine before.
Have we ever asked Ian what his favorite Sonic game is?
I'm not sure.
Ian, what's your favorite Sonic game?
Classic or modern?
Okay,
Both.
then yeah, give us it for both.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles for classic, and then a toss-up between Colors and Generations for modern.
Yep, makes sense.
Those are his answers.
Now, this may change by the end of the year once Mania and Forces are out, but...
Mania, I can see.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Okay, it's nice to start skipping cutscenes to get trying.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, boys.
We have
We're looking at
10 minutes left.
Skip this. Nope.
Ian, is Mania a classic game or is it a modern game?
It's classic, clearly.
It's classic style, but it came out tomorrow. So it's modern.
Except classic classic and modern are not eras anymore, they're styles.
You're a style.
And I'm never going out.
Hey!
Okay, let's get to Terminal Velocity. This probably has one of my favorite music tracks in Sonic history. Terminal Velocity just sounds amazing.
You say that so often, it's lost all meaning.
Shut up, PJ.
Oh, that's a good... Ian, what's your favorite Sonic track? Did you hear that?
I hate tripping in Smash Brothers, damn.
I said, what is your favorite Sonic track? I have to know, Ian. Can you hear us?
There we go.
Okay. I said, what is your favorite Sonic track? How many... crap, how many times do I have to say this? Did you hear that one?
Or at least you were for a second.
Okay, can you hear me now?
While that's fixing, why don't you see if we can get any new donations? And again, people in the chat, I do apologize for this going over. We will try and squeeze in Flicky and Sonic R at some point, maybe tomorrow. Maybe if we finish Sly Cooper and Sonic 4 early enough, we can squeeze those two in.
Alright, can you hear us now?
There we go.
Okay. What is your favorite Sonic track?
Oh, shoot. There's no way I can pick just one. Even if we limit it to, like, track per game. That's... No.
Okay, why is it Oil Ocean?
That is probably one of the best out of Sonic 2, without competition.
Alright, Steven, take over.
Gareth is taking his leave real quick.
I'm gonna play the game.
Steven's just looking at the controller like...
His C-stick is filthy. What'd you do to it?
I didn't do anything.
Oh, if I just keep sidestepping, I can get 1,000,000 points and get a S rank.
There we go.
Oh shit, I'm supposed to jump.
Yep.
So I remember Tom was live streaming this level, and he didn't realize that there was like a level after this level, after the final boss, because he beat the final boss, so he thought he was done. So he just like left, and Sonic just like kept running over this ledge and dying 1,000,000 times.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was great. It was meme-tastic.
Ooh, Ian, who's your favorite Badnik?
And why is it Gamma?
Are we messing up again? Can you not hear us?
Oh, Ian.
Are you there?
I never left.
Okay, that was us then. What is your favorite Badnik?
God damn it. Is that my last life?
Yeah.
It's my last life.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to, what was it, Shellcracker? The Hermit Crab?
Ooh.
No, not the Hermit Crab, the Fiddler Crab. That's just a cool looking Badnik.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Steven, what's your favorite?
Whatever the name of the fake spikes were in Marble Garden Zone, just because I would usually miss the jump, and I'm like, ah, great, there go my rings, and boing, nope, haha, I live.
My favorite badnik is Gamma.
Oh, Egg Robo, of course, that's the best one.
Ian, how come your favorite badnik isn't Gamma?
Because Gamma's not a lowly badnik, he's part of the E100 series.
But there's a badnik, right?
No. That's a fair response. He still has love for Gamma.
Okay, fine.
All right. Considering we have only 4 minutes left, I think that's where we will take our leave. Ian, thank you so much for putting up with all our garbage for the past 3 hours.
Great.
Well, you just sounded like GLaDOS from Point to assume that we're signing off. In which case, thanks for having me. Thank you, everyone who donated. You're wonderful people. And it was a pleasure to be here.
And it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much once again.
Burp to you too.
All right. See ya.
I like technology. My favorite thing about technology is how much it works. So, TJ,
So,
is
Steven.
Sonic Colors one of the 7 Sonic games you played?
No, I already told you which 7 I played.
I wasn't listening.
Okay, I played Sonic 1 and 2. I played
SA1 and 2.
SA1 and 2. I played Heroes, Spinball, and Generations.
Spinball. Spinball's in your 7 games.
It was because I got it for my birthday. My mom was like, "Hey, Sonic's on the cover. He likes that Sonic character."
That came out in '93, though, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think it was because I just got a Genesis.
When did you just get a Genesis?
It must have been 96, I want to say. How fast can this be beaten?
If I don't die, it can be about 3 minutes, I think.
Okay. Might still go over.
Yeah, we'll go over a little bit, but I mean, Mexi can just go over a little bit, and then John can just go over a little bit. If it's just like 5 or 10 minutes, it should be fine.
Okay.
I would like to attack Mr. Eggman now. He only sidestep so many times. Ah, shit. Ah, jeez!
Ah, gee, Rick.
Oh god.
Wowee!
Can I attack Mr. Eggman? When do I get to attack Mr. Eggman?
Eggman. John Eggman.
Shit! Okay, good.
Oh, shit.
There we go.
You have no lives.
Yeah, I have no lives and no rings. Oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't get any rings! Sorry.
It's alright.
I don't live with a baby. Oh, great. I'm gonna die. And... Oh, why'd they shoot at me? That's never happened before. This whole stream has been this has never happened before. There we go. Okay. It doesn't tell you this, but when you get close enough, you need to jump. And then it'll prompt you to attack him.
Do you need it to tell you to jump? Oh, you got one.
Yeah, I got one.
One ring to win it all.
It's better than nothing. Cube and spikes. I don't like the music for this boss. It's the theme of Sonic Colors, but it's done in a minor chord, and it just sounds bad. The song was designed for a major chord, and when you put it into a minor, it just sounds wrong to me. And it was put into a minor chord just so it can sound more menacing. And the theme I'm just talking about has only just now started. The other song that was playing just is generic bad guy music. At least I think it started. Yeah, it started. Come on. Ah, fuck me.
Uh-oh.
I can't sidestep and jump at the same time because, you know, that would be too convenient. Oh. Can you stop? Alright. So, you'll know you're winning when you have, like, all the Wisps from the game flying with you. I think they release 2 at a time, so now I have 4, so I think I just need 1 or 2 more hits to defeat them.
Cool, you got 12.
Oh, nice. Whenever the announcer says Q, I just think he's saying, ew!
Ew. Sonic's gross.
Alright. Again, this boss is not going to give you much trouble.
Get him, Sonic.
We've been going for 4 minutes? I thought it would be done sooner than that.
It's okay.
Oh, I think I was supposed to boost at him. I didn't realize. It's been a long time since I played this game. I've forgotten everything about it. Which is weird because I 100%ed it.
Ew.
By 100%, I mean getting all the S's, getting all the red star rings. I think if you want to get all the star rings, well, I don't know how long it takes, but I have a file where I have all the red star rings, and it's about a 5-hour file.
Jeez.
Oh, I think I did it. Maybe if I boost anyway, maybe that'll help. No, didn't help. Oh, here we go. Alright, final attack. Then we just have to survive through the last level. We'll skip the cutscenes.
Double A.
Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking down. Thank you. Yeah, and then we'll skip the cutscenes, we'll skip the credits, and then we'll have beaten the game.
We did it.
We saved the world. This was a level that Tom kept dying on because he left because he thought he beat the game, and Sonic would just keep running into a pit.
Oh.
Over and over and over for eternity. I think it was that pit right there.
I would imagine so. So that's the first.
And we're done.
I don't know, Steven. It doesn't look good. And that's how Sonic died.
And that's how the game ends. And also, TJ, the credits are about 15 minutes long. You sit through about 3 5-minute songs, and you can slowly attack the credits. Isn't that fun?
So should we just stop?
Yeah, we're just gonna stop. So thanks for joining, everyone. And MBM will be up next with Trip World. Say bye, TJ.
Bye, TJ.
Yep, there it is. There's the joke.